Post time here on Photo Finish Live. Major race. And away they go here in the Pinnacle Championship. And it's King Roger from in between horses who shoots out to lead along with Maccabi Lefty. And it's Molly Quirk also up there with the top trio. And it's FOMO again down at the rail. Back up to third, fifth place, that's Nero. And it's Franck in sixth here with about 5 to make up from the early leader. As they head to the opening turn, quarter in the books, 23 and change. We're heading 5 furlongs, left turning on the dirt, blinking it's over. And Maccabi.
What's up, my fellow NFT collectors and horse racing fans? We're back for another night at the races, some Photo Finish Live racing with my homie Mo Knowz, the man with the mouth. What's up, Mo? How are you feeling tonight?
Yo, what up, Paul? Doing good, brother. Doing good. Hope all's well. What up, chat? See a couple people here already. Nice. Double digits. There we go.
Let's go. What's up, man? K? What's up, Mr. Marquez? We started a little bit early because if you remember, it's been a while since we've been streaming these races. If you remember, on Saturdays we have the third time Derby race, and it starts about 5 minutes before the top of the hour. I don't know, it starts right at the top of the hour maybe, so we always go about 5 minutes. We go live about 5 minutes early so we can go over the races, the horses, let you know the distance, and let you see the rankings also. If you check out the points, you had to qualify for this race. Actually, not a lot of horses in this one. Usually these races have a ton of horses in it, but it looks like the entry fee was $4,000 also, so you had to qualify and you had to pay an entry fee. So you can see only the best of the best in here. We got some S pluses. We got one S minus, which is surprising. We're gonna check out the horses that are in this race. What's up, Dan Cases? Can you bet Vault, or have any horses racing? Love chirping that skeleton. Oh, that chirping skeleton. Yeah, yes. Everybody loves the chirping skeleton. What's up, Ronnie Lido? I'm doing good. Mo is feeling good. I can tell he's well rested. We didn't stream last night because there really wasn't a ton of races going on, and Mo needed to get his rest. I needed to get my rest. I got these kittens running around causing me havoc, but they're starting to chill out. They're starting to grow up. All right. As for Dane K's question, I don't know if I can bet. I haven't tried betting yet. I think I can bet, but I've been wanting to race. I was wanting to race tonight. I got my horse here underestimated, and you can see up here I got 684 Derby, right? So I was wanting to run underestimated tonight, even though she's ran 5 times and hasn't got first, second, or third yet. And this race coming up, if it's not full, it was this one right here, the Puget Handicap. So it takes 750, and I'm a little bit short. So what I try to do is go in here and fund my wallet, and I have began a transaction, which I can actually go right here and look at, and try to get it to go through. So I was using my Phantom wallet, and I got some Solana in there, right? So I tried to send over a little bit of Solana, I guess 0.3 Sol, to USDC so that I could bring it into Photo Finish and get into this race. However, every time I try to do it with my Phantom wallet, it just goes to wrapped Sol. I don't think you can do USDC right now, which means that I have no way to fund this wallet to add a little bit of extra USDC so I can get into this race, or else I would have. I was trying to get in there, but it won't let me add no USDC. If you guys in the chat, you probably know more about Solana and the Phantom wallet than I do. If you know more about it, just let me know, because apparently I'm doing something wrong. I've done it before that way. What's up, Balthazar Mangers in the house says, thanks for running this tonight. Should be a good race evening to follow. There are a lot of races tonight. I noticed that for sure. A lot of good races, a lot of full races. That's why I was hoping to get one of my horses into the race. The male horse that I have, I actually ended up selling that ticket on Magic Eden, because that horse, I don't see the point of the horse. You can't breed it. It can't win. So I sold it. I had to do what I had to do. Get it on there. Let's go. Bet. Yeah, I might just bet if they allow me. We'll check that out, see if I'm allowed to bet. During beta version 2, I think it was, when they had a few real money races, I tried to bet, and I wasn't able to bet from my state, but they might have changed that. That race, I think, is at 8:19, so an hour and 19 minutes. Can you just send Solana instead of USDC? I don't think so. Can you, Mo?
I don't think so either. I'm pretty sure it does have to be USDC, right?
Yeah, because when I go to fund my wallet, it says it only gives you one option, USDC. I'll go and check to see if there's another
I was going to
option.
send you $2 in USDC, but I don't even have it. I'm broke. I forgot I transferred everything out too.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can. All right, so we're going to go to fund my wallet. You can see I have a no smoking sign there. That's what I call it anyway, because I'm in the middle of the transaction, but I can get to this transaction that I was in to try to get that dollar worth of USDC over. I use Phantom Wallet, but then it says currency USDC, and it won't let me change that, so I can't change it in any way. I could change the network. Nope, can't change that either. Has to be USDC and has to be Solana network. So I can't think of any way to do it. Unless I maybe buy some USDC, but I got that much Solana already in my wallet. I don't really want to buy more crypto if I already got enough. I only need $1 worth. So I don't
Well,
know.
because that's what normally happens, right? So because I've had that happen. It's like an auto convert, and you can't go in and like convert the wrapped soul to USDC now, right?
Right, that's what I try to do after that too. Whenever it came in
Yeah,
as wrapped soul, like I can try to do it again right here. Go to wrapped soul and go to convert.
that is what you tried to do, right? Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I tried both of those. 0.3 is the number, and then it doesn't do anything really.
Because now that you said that, I do remember that happening to me where I made a swap and it came in as wrapped soul and I freaked out. But
What'd you do after that?
I'm trying to remember. I think it might just been I had to wait, but I don't think it was for photo finish. I think it was something else.
What's up, JOC? We got the OG JOC in the chat. Says, "What's up, fan? Are there free races yet? How's the night going? The night has just begun. We haven't raced at all yet. This will be our first race of the night, but it's the big one. It's the Derby race that they had to qualify for. There are no free races on this beta version, but this beta version 3 only lasts for 4 weeks, I think. There were free races in beta 1 and beta 2. Question is, will there be in beta 4? I don't think so, but we're going to talk about Mo a little bit more about that. He knows more about what's going on in the community and with the platform. What's up, Big A? What's up, David Chapman? I sent you some... Wait, huh? How'd you send me some USDC? How'd you know my wallet? What's
Oh,
happening?
you know he's got your wallet.
How you got my wallet, though? I don't understand what just happened.
David's the oracle of photo finish.
Appreciate it, David. Oh, so it's in my Solana wallet. Let's see if
It
it
would be in
pops
your.
up. Oh, it is. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. Okay, yeah. So now what's this Lido staked Solana? Oh, man, Phantom wallets are confusing, but that's going to be what I need and then some. Appreciate you, bro. Way more than I needed. And we'll try to get into that race tonight. It starts in an hour, so we got plenty of time. Let's check out the Derby race. Only a few horses in here, so I'll go over them real quick before Mo calls it. We got Flushing Meadows from the homie Wimbledon at GVD Turf. We got Glasgow from Big Brain Stables. Walter White from Breaking Bad Stables. That's funny. Gorilla Glue from Hazy Hills Racing. Plus is probably S+. RTS from Solonot Stables. Only S+ in this race. Alaska from Golden Stables. And Gumdrop from the homie Wolof the Bandito, a friend of the stream. Let's go. It's time for some racing. And there's Dan K with the big super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Here's some Canadian dollars. I think Canadian dollars we used to laugh at Canadian dollars. I think they're worth more than US dollars now, so you can't scoff at them anymore. All right,
Make sure
guys.
you full screen that race, by the way, before it starts. We're gonna get that delay
It's
again.
already done. I did it before we started the stream. Here we go.
Oh, you have another tab up today? Oh, shit. Look at you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while. This is going to be interesting. But it's post time here on Photo Finish, third time, Derby time. And they're off here in the third time Derby. And it's Walter White from down low who runs out to lead with S+ RTS. People still not naming their horses, but they continue to run along here in front of Alaska. Then comes Gumdrop, who got out in fourth. Back in fifth, that's Gorilla Glue in between horses, and Flushing Meadows rounds out the top six here as they head around the opening turn in this 10-furlong right-turning affair on the turf. And it's Gumdrop now, Goody Gumdrop, heads out to the lead here along with Walter White down at the rail. And it's still S+ RTS who rounds them out here as these two push each other around the track here, and they cross the wire for the first time. But Walter White with a half length. And comes S+ RTS now as Gumdrop starts to accelerate on the four-path. And it's Glasgow now who starts to advance from the back of the pack, with Alaska not too far behind, and still Flushing Meadows with about 7 lengths to catch the leader. Opening half in 48 and change, and I am rusty, but it's Walter White. Walter White now joined here by Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue, one of my favorite strains. And comes Gumdrop and S+ RTS. As these four were the top runners here, but now it's Walter White and Gumdrop start to escape from the rest of the pack. And not to be outdone, here comes Glasgow, splitting them from the back of the pack, with Gorilla Glue also here, and this pack is tight. Dolphins butt tight, watertight even, as we make our way into the far turn. It's Gumdrop and Walter White. Walter White now battles back on the rail as he starts to make up some room here and tries to pull away. But Walter White is now engaged on the outside by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all here. Look out, it's S Plus now with the lead. Flushing Meadow from down at the rail pokes the nose in front. S Plus RTS battles on to try to take back the lead into the final pole, but it's Flushing Meadow with S Plus RTS on the inside. On the outside, it's Gumdrop, and it's going to be Gumdropping it like it's hot in the third time Derby, winning it over S Plus RTS and Flushing Meadows.
Shout out to Wolof the Bandito. What a run. That was an amazing way to begin
What a
the night.
close.
Also an amazing Derby race. I was looking at the other two, the horses that came in second and third. I was like, it's going to be a photo finish between them. And then Gumdrop just came flying off of the outside like it was nothing and dropped it like it was hot. Like you said, that was exactly right. He dropped it. Shout out to Wolof. That was a great win. All right, let's check out the races. Somebody said let's pick some winners tonight. I can actually get into a race tonight now thanks to David Chapman, and I might be able to bet on some. I want to find out if I'm able to bet. I've never done it before. Last time it told me I couldn't, and I don't think I'm going to be able to. Here it said, oh well, I haven't put any money in. Maybe that's why. Let me see if I put 100 here, 200. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't know yet. I better pick a horse before I actually try it, though. Let's get my horse in here. What you have to do whenever you want to load some USDC in to race. Since I've already got mine started, I'll have to go and finish that transaction. Now I have some USDC, so it should go through. So I'll go to my notifications, and I'll go back to that order I created, and I should be able to, my wallet should already be connected. Yay, it worked this time. Thank you. Let's go. All right, so I might even add some more so I can do some betting if it lets me bet. I think I already did it. Do I have to do it again? I think I'm good. I think we're good. Let me make sure. I don't want to do it more than I need to. And once I enter this race, I think we're going to try betting. And if we can't bet, then we'll just try to pick some horses ourselves in the chat. Uh-oh, it didn't go through. I'll have to try again. We got another race coming up in a minute, though. The Picos Handicap. Ooh, is that the one I was trying to get into? Hope not. I don't think so. But this race is about to start, so let's go ahead and check this one out so that Mo can give it a call. I know some of you guys might be in this one. It starts in 51 seconds. I'll get that pulled up for you. I really thought Secret Rare Rabbit was going to 200 because only 300. Yeah, but they're rabbits, though. I don't know. I was surprised that people were so pumped on them in the first place. But hey, they're all over retail last time I checked. All right, the Picos Handicap on that sloppy track starts in 30 seconds. Ooh, we got a whole lot of horses in this race, y'all. This is going to be a fun one. 6 furlongs, so it's going to be a bit of a sprint. I will pull this screen over here and try to get my USDC fixed while Mo is calling this race to start in about 15 seconds. In case, oh, he's talking about the Secret Rare Rabbits. Mo, would you go for that drop?
I did because I got to put money in for the potion anyway. So I was like, you know what? Worst case scenario, I'll just get my 20 back, you know? I got the rare.
Hey, not bad. All right, good luck if you're in this race. Here we go.
All right, it's post time. Horses are at the gate. And I only bought a rabbit because they were sold out right away, and I bought into the hype. But here we go. And they're off here in the Picos Handicap. From the outside, there goes Moondust, followed by Morning Breeze, and comes Gun Runner. Hey, that's a real horse. You should be able to use that name. Thinking fourth, that's Longitude early on, followed by Veda Marie. Then comes True Galloway Story here, rounding out your top 6 as they make their way out the chute and onto the main track in the 6 furlong left-turning affair on the sloppy dirt. We know you degenerates like 'em sloppy, but Moondust is eating it up so far as Moondust now kicks clear here by a length back over Morning Breeze. Then another break of 2 back on the inside comes Longitude with a ground-saving trip and flying up on the outside. Here comes Gun Runner running them down here, but Moondust still the one to catch. Half mile and 47 and change. Moondust by 2. Gun Runner on the outside. Longitude down low. But here we go. They're putting for dough and doing something for show. I don't know where I was going with that one, but it's 5 across the track now as Alessandra Adequate with Longitude down at the rail. Lucas on the outside, but it's going to be Longitude poking the nose in front down at the rail over Gun Runner here. That was a close one. 3-10-5. Order of finish.
Shout out to Blue Elder Racing, gets the victory on that 6 furlong race. Let's go. And then second place, we got. Ooh, I thought I was the good timing there. We gotta wait for it to pop up. There it is. First off was Longitude. Second off was Gun Runner. And third place, you got Alessandra Adequate. Adequate? Yeah, she's adequate.
It's adequate, but it's adequate because I want to be funny.
Oh, is that what it was?
Adequate.
Oh, we got 18 minutes before the next race. We got plenty of time. I'm having some issues loading up some USDC, so maybe you can help me out, Mo. Still having issues.
Yeah.
My only issue I'm having now is that the button ain't there. Fund wallet button. I went back to the one that I started and just deleted it. It's gone.
Have you tried to? You might have to reconnect your wallet at the top because I know sometimes for me, if you haven't connected it in a while.
Oh, it says I'm connected now. Let's see.
Yeah, it's already connect.
Now it still gives me the funded. Oh. Okay.
Let's connect wallet again too at the top. It's weird.
I've funded it before. You can even see down here.
Yeah.
Maybe if anybody knows. Also try logging out of PFL, then logging back in. There we go. Sounds like a
plan. Oh, that could be true too. I haven't logged out of PFL since the beginning of the beta, to be honest.
That's going to require me to remember my password, which should be interesting. Let me figure out how to log out. Oh, there's a button.
You got 17 minutes, so.
Yeah, we got plenty of time. We were going to play a little bit of Marvel Snap tonight. I don't know if anybody in the chat plays Marvel Snap. If so, I can pull it up. We could get some games going too while we wait in between races. Ah, man, I'm going to have to remember what password I used. And not only that, what email I used. We'll try first try. First try is a no-go. All right, we'll get that. We got plenty of time.
That's why I use Google Chrome, save my passwords. Does the hard work for me.
Yeah, I'm scared to do that. See, if you have a browser save your password, what can happen is, oh, I got it, is that somebody can grab that file from you if they send you a virus or whatever. They can grab that file that has all your passwords in it. Send that.
They ain't getting through my shit. They need to get in. They have my Windows password to get into it. Oh, yeah, I use two-factor authentication on pretty much everything too.
That works.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if they go in and try to use your shit, it still wouldn't be able to work unless you actually gave them access to the file. But I don't know. I'm pretty good with my computer security. I trust it.
It's hard to do the math on the Derby because it's not always equal to 100's worth of dollar. You know, we talked about this last time, and there's legal reasons for that apparently. But I was thinking about that, Mo. If there's legal reasons for it, why doesn't it apply to VB? Because their gems equal $1.
Because they're in like New Zealand and shit, and they really that surprises you that VB doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that didn't surprise. I'm just saying. Okay. You may.
Actually, that was something that I really hadn't heard either about being pegged to the dollar.
Right.
But then I did do some reading, and there are some other, arguments for that. So again, maybe VB just doesn't know, doesn't care. Because most other sites show it as a USD balance. You know what I'm saying? They don't convert it to another currency. Right. Like HRO and DC, you just log on and it says, USD.
Oh no, it was that race at 7 o'clock that I wanted to get into. I thought it was maybe at 8:60, but it was at or 8:06, but it was apparently at 7:06. Yeah, it was the handicap race. It looked like there's a lot of horses that ended up getting into it anyway. There's some going on tomorrow I can get into, though. Yeah, I need to get this horse back into some races. Mo, can you help me figure out which kind of races to put underestimated in? That's what I called her. It's my filly, but she's got some nice preferences. 2.5 stars all around, but I've ran her 5 times so far, and nothing yet.
Let's see. Easy for me to pull it up on my screen and look at the stream.
I know last time we talked about it, Mo was actually live streaming on his channel, which is linked down in the description if you guys want to subscribe to Mo's channel. Sometimes he calls the races on his own. And I was watching him call the races, and I was showing him this horse, and we looked it up on Racer's Edge, and we got a better idea of what she's has the most boosts at, which seems to be a sprinter horse. So I tried to run her at 4 furlongs handicap last time, and you can see she got second to last out of 14. So that didn't work either, so I don't know.
Well, variants though. I mean, if the high variants, right? Remember like Zed Run with the horseshoe, the U-shaped horses?
Yeah, sure. That's true.
So either run great or run dead last, right? And most people prefer those types of horses because you don't get stuck in the middle a lot. And I kind of come from the same school of thought, but it's hard to tell when until you run like 3 races and say, okay, did this horse always run like shit at 6 furlongs or what?
Yeah, I
Because that last
definitely need
race
to
was
run
six
more.
furlongs, right? That you ran?
4 furlongs actually.
Oh, was it 4? Okay, I'm looking at my little monitor.
So I need to run her. Need to run her more often for sure, so I can even before I can make a determination. I'm gonna try it, but I'm gonna keep her in handicap races. Do you think that's the best move on that? Since he's A minus with some decent preferences.
I mean, I know most people have been looking for those the restricted races. So if you could find one that has like A minus, you know, as the best horse that could enter, that's probably gonna be your best chance.
I have been
And
keeping my eye
that's
out for those. They're hard to find.
they are hard to find, but the new Oracle thing that we keep saying, see where it says like new and yellow? Those new ones that pop up like at the top there, those are ones that were added by the Oracle thing that they made the bot to create races.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
so they're trying to do a better job of, keeping different types of races open and, understanding when there's not enough of a certain type of race. Usually for people like me who are like, there's no cheap races, where are they?
Right.
I know some people don't like that, but hey, fuck them.
All right. Let us
Listen,
know what's
you
been
think I'll
going.
be out here spending, you think I'll be out here spending $20 a day, testing 10 horses, a couple times a week when PFL themselves has changed the race algorithm like 3 times already? Y'all smoking some crazy shit. That's all I'm gonna say. Or send me some USDC and I'll blow all your guys' money. That too. All right. So just throwing it out there.
There you
So
go.
some people had some choice words in Discord this week, and I don't really care for that shit.
So what was it about exactly?
I'm saying my argument is that there's cheap races for the short races like the sprints, but the marathon races, we all get screwed, and they're always high priced. And I was getting, people say, "Oh, stop crying," and I'm just saying it ain't crying. I just want it to be fair. If you're gonna give me $80 entries or 80 Derby entries for the small races, well, short races, and give me one for the marathons too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to call it like I see it, man. Make it fair.
That makes sense. All right, let's try to pick a winner in this next race coming up. We got 2 minutes to pick. It's Frontier Country Maiden, so it's a maiden race, 9 furlongs. These are going to be all horses that have never won before. Which one of these horses are going to get their first win? The condition is yielding, so keep that in mind. So that third preference really won't play a big role in this one. So we got an S minus here with 2 stars on turf and 1.5 on left. Let's see. We got an A plus, AJ Brown over there with 3 stars on left. We got an S minus with 2 and 1. Starting to like AJ Brown. None of these horses are carrying any weight because it is a maiden race. Dust Cloud's looking all right too. I think I'm gonna go with AJ Brown here from the Philly Eagles. Oh, interesting. I think AJ Brown is one of their receivers. All right, let me. I don't want to put too much on here. I'm new to this betting with actual real money. Let me go with. How much do you usually bet, Mo?
Like $1.
Like $1. I'm doing like 50 Derby. I don't know how much that is, but nobody else is betting. Oh, it has to be at least 79. Interesting. Whoops. Nobody else is betting, so shouldn't be. Shouldn't. I don't. I won't win anything. All I can do is lose then if nobody else is betting, right? Probably not smart to bet. Because you can't win anything, you can only lose. So why would you bet? Am I wrong? I think that's right.
Right now, without the liquidity being added from the team, and again, that'll be something that happens as we move into live. They've actually been talking about that too. Um, you know, but yeah, right now, if there's no other bets in there, you are potentially just risking to lose money or just maybe get your money back. I don't know if they made like a alternative for that, like a safe measure.
I found that race I wanted to get in. Now it's there again. Let me try to get into that. It was the Puget Handicap, 819. I don't know why it didn't pop up last time when I went to my horse and clicked on find recommended races.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's a good point. We should actually probably talk about that.
Oh,
That link is broken.
oh,
Yeah. And I was again, so crying, complaining, whatever you want to say, bringing up issues. I was like, yo, I'm not seeing any races for my horse for like 3 days. What the hell is going on? And then, yeah, someone had mentioned that the link is broken. So what I do is I go recommended, and then I just set one filter on the recommended. So if I know I want to run like an 8, 10 furlong race, I'll just put it like minimum 7 furlongs to only show me that. And then it seems to show me all the races. But yeah, so that's probably why I didn't show you.
yeah. I still don't see the one that starts at 815. The Puget.
But you see it when you go to the regular
Yeah.
race. Yeah.
There's only like 4 horses in there. Let me try to enter it this way. Maybe here it is right here. The Puget Handicap. And it won't let me bet. Oh, is this horse about to retire or something? I I don't know how to get into this race. It popped up last time I clicked find recommended races for this horse. And now it's not. Is there some reason why I can't get into that race, you think? I don't know what else to do.
Looking at the Putos handicap. Which one is it? Do I see it? 819, you said? Yeah, no, it's next season.
Yeah, it's just the Puget handicap. I'm wondering maybe there's some restriction why I can't enter. Should there be a button here where I could enter from here? All right, let's see what the restrictions are. In a handicap race, horses, yeah, we know about the handicap stuff. There's no real restriction, so I'm not sure why I can't enter it. Starts in 52 minutes, or actually 10 minutes after that, and there's only 4 horses in there.
It's weird because it also says
It must be closed for entry because you can see the horses and the betting window is open, so it must be closed.
Oh, okay.
I wonder why though, with only 4 horses and a long way to go. I wonder why they closed it so early.
Yeah, why would that close so early? Oh, they don't close 90 minutes before now, do they?
Oh, that one did, with only 4 horses in it. That's what's kind of weird. This one is 9 of 12 and it's closed too. This
9:26 betting closes in 2 hours, but that filled up, so that makes sense why that kicked off.
Interesting. Okay. I was wondering why I couldn't get into that one. There's this Red Oak handicap, but I think my horse is a dirt horse. All right, we got 2 different races starting at the exact same time, so we're gonna have to pick which one we want to watch. We're gonna need to know in the chat which one of these races you want to watch if you guys are in it. Naruto, what's up, Naruto says, can we merge kids accounts into adult accounts? I'm assuming you're talking about VV, and yes, you can, as long as your kid's account never KYC'd, which it shouldn't be able to if it's a kid. So you should be able to do that. Yeah. All right, so we got the Frontier Country Maiden. This one's got Ryan's Gold Stables, Easy Stables, Big Brain, Exit Strategy Racing, Golden Stables, the Philly Eagles, Monkey Queen, Philly Eagles again, Humbletonian Stables, Sour Rose Stables, Silk Road Stables, and King Moose. A lot of new stables that I've never seen before, which makes sense since we're doing the whole money racing now. And then we got the Honey Crisp allowance, and that's got the Drop Stables, Soulmate, OEB, YSM, Barty, Big Brain, Poverty Ranch, Wolof, and Hazy Hills. Looks like a lot of good horses in this one, and a lot of stables I recognize, so maybe we'll watch that one. DNK says, let's do a Kentucky Derby live watch along. When is the Kentucky Derby? Is that coming up soon, Mo?
Oh God, I got all screwed up when the pandemic happened because they were changing everything around. When the hell was the Kentucky Derby this year?
It shouldn't be anytime soon because we haven't had
the Preakness,
the Lightning Thunder over Louisville, because that's the beginning of the whole Derby week ceremony. So I'll know for sure whenever it gets close. It says Saturday, May 6th.
Yeah, May 6th, Derby.
Yeah. That makes sense.
When's the Belmont Slash?
And I was hearing somebody, or I saw where somebody put on what was it, social media on Twitter, that they were gonna, or what if, or I didn't know if they were saying what if, or it's definitely gonna happen, that they're gonna be showing some photo finish live on NBC during the Derby week or the Derby broadcast. Do you know if that's legit or if they were just wishful thinking?
Well, I mean, the truth of the matter is they've already shown this on the Derby, but it wasn't the same game. It was just the other version that they used. But essentially, I mean, if they were going to show it anywhere, it would make sense. It would make sense to be on NBC.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What's up, Fun Under the Sun's in the house? We got VV Arcade here. We got all the VV homies here. We're getting ready to start a race in about 5 minutes. We're trying to decide which one to watch. Probably the one with all the better horses in there, all these S's and S minuses. This one's going to get interesting. What's up, T Green says it's always first Saturday in May. Oh, I should know that. I'm from the Louisville area and I've been to the Derby and I didn't even realize that, but it makes sense now. I think I've heard that before. First Saturday in May. Yeah. All I know is mint juleps, bro. All I know is mint juleps. Yeah. I know one thing for sure that I've never done. It's on my bucket list and I still never got around to doing it, is to be in the infield during the Derby day. It looks like it's wild. I feel like I'm getting too old for it. I missed my chance. But as I've talked about before, a lot of times during high school and Derby week, I would actually work at the track just for that week and make a lot of money on tips. So I never did get around to doing the infield thing. Do you even know what I'm talking about, Mo, or is that just a local thing? Have you heard of the infield on Churchill Downs that gets all wild and crazy?
No, we have like
Oh,
the picnic areas of Saratoga and Belmont. That's
oh,
what we
y'all
got.
ain't doing it right. This is Kentucky, homie. No, no, the infield at Churchill Downs. That's where the party's at. I mean, it's you got to be brave to go, but if as long as you can handle it, there's gonna be mint juleps all around, beer flying, people dancing on. They like to dance on the porta potties, and they'll get drunk and fall off. It's a good time. There's always good videos from it. All right, let's check out all the horses that are in this Honey Crisp allowance. It's a 12 furlong race, so it's gonna be a long one. We got Name in Garamond from the Drop Stable. We got Pop from Soulmate Stables, Zaphonic from OEB, Stagehand from YSM Racing Club, Mbappe from Bardi. We got Epona from Big Brain Stables, Clown Baby from Poverty Ranch, Starburst, I like that name, from Wolof the Bandito, and the Runts from Hazy Hill Racing. That's going to be rounding out the field today. 9 horses total. Yeah, they got picnic areas. We got tents where they serve beer in kegs. Saratoga is the best though. I've heard of Saratoga. Isn't that a New York track?
Yeah, Saratoga is one of the best in the country, man. It's only like the minimum purse prize over there. What is it? 30K, 35K? It's not cheap. They don't run cheap races there.
T says, "Don't knock the picnic area until you've been there." Oh, I hear you, bro. We actually, my grandma had a shop that was maybe 2 blocks from Churchill Downs. So on Churchill Downs week or whatever, or on Derby week, even when I was a kid, we would go to that shop and help her sell like Kentucky Derby hats for whatever year it was, or for some of the horses that are in there. I'm sure they weren't licensed or anything. I don't know why we were doing it, but we'd be running out there to the people that were driving by, and it would be so packed. So many people show up for Derby week. A little bit north of Albany, I hear you. I know they got some good tracks in Florida too. Keeneland, maybe, is the name of them. All I know is Churchill Downs, though. I don't get out of the Midwest
Keeneland's
much.
all right.
Keeneland's good. I know they
Yeah,
got a lot
Keeneland's
of
all
dog
right.
tracks. I remember seeing that, and for the first time, I didn't even know it was a thing until I was in Florida on vacation, and I saw a dog track, a greyhound track, and I was like, "Is that a real thing, or is it a video game? I don't understand." And my parents or whoever I was with told me, like, "Yeah, they're racing dogs." You ever been to the dog
Yeah.
races? Do they do that in New York?
No, 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 no. We don't have any of that here. That's more of a like a Florida thing, like down south thing, and like across other countries. We don't
Gotcha.
really do that up here.
Apparently, Keeneland is in Kentucky. I had no idea. I know they got some trucks, some famous tracks in Florida, right? Some race tracks from the like. Where's the Florida Derby at? Does it start with a P?
We got Gulfstream. Gulfstream is
Gulfstream.
like the main one, and you got Tampa Bay Downs.
Yeah, I think I've heard of Tampa Bay Downs. Okay,
Tampa Bay
Keeneland's
Downs
in Tampa Bay
is
Downs.
kind of a shithole, but I love Gulfstream is one of my favorite tracks. And now they added a third track, synthetic, and I love betting on synthetic tracks.
Synthetic, so it's like their turf is just only applies to the turf, or is it synthetic dirt too?
It's like a composite material, almost like it's like rubber pellets and round up shit. But it basically it just helps with the running. It's good for the life of the horse. But I love synthetic tracks, so just the way they run.
I didn't even know that was a thing. All right, the one that pops up on the main page that I usually maximize is the Frontier Country Maiden. Actually, I think you can. Nope, you can't change it. It's
Yeah,
the.
you don't want to actually click on the race itself and full screen that. Yeah.
All right, I'll do it that way. There might be a little bit of lag on the call. We'll see if it works for us. Starts in 42 seconds, y'all. Good luck
As
if
long as you
you're.
full screen it with like 10 seconds to go, like if it starts and then you click full screen, it's going to reset for you and not for me.
Gotcha.
That's when the delay kicks in.
We're
I
learning.
do hope they work a better system for
I just
the
wish they would
replays.
hide the names of the horses that win in my results tab before I watch the race. I don't want to know who wins until I'm watching the race. And now they have them on the side there, so there's no way you can not know if your horse won or not before you watch the race. And I don't love that.
It's true, and I actually use a I use a block element plugin on Chrome. So I block the entire menu bar on the top right where it
Shouldn't have
shows
to
your
do
money.
that.
I do that, bro, because I'm telling you, it spoils it, and I hate it. So I
I
have to
agree.
block it.
Good luck if you're this race. Here we go.
All right, horses are in the gate. And they're off here in the Honeycrisp allowance, and it's Zaphonic from the inside who runs out with Stagehand, and Pop also showing good speed. Then comes Epona in between horses with Runts on the outside, with Starburst rounding out the top 6 here as they head into the first turn. We're heading 12 furlongs. Buckle in, this is going to be a long one, chat. But it's OEB Racing here in the blue silks, holding sway early as Zephonic continues to show the way by half a length over Stagehand on the outside. And another break of 2 comes Pop, rounding out the top 3 with Mbappe, now trying to advance from the back with Epona, and Runt still running along in 6th here as they head on the backstretch or make that past the clubhouse for the first time. I don't know where the hell I am today, but everybody wave to your leader. It's Zephonic. Zephonic pokes a nose back in front here, smiles for the camera, as Zephonic now starts to show the way once again and opens up by half a length over Stagehand and Pop. And another break of 2 that runs on the extreme outside in the 5 path, followed by Eponia in 5th and Starburst still in 6th. Not much change in here. They're about 6 lengths off the leader. 3/4 is come and gone, 114, and Zephonic is trying to make easy work of the competition, but Zephonic is tucking in tight here and is going in for the long haul. 3/4 is come and gone. We already called that. Really don't know what the hell I'm doing myself, chat, but I am here calling races. But Zephonic, once again, is digging in, but now being challenged on the outside as Runts. Runts is going to make that awkward eye contact that Vault loves so much, and Runts goes right on by, right on cue. There goes Runts. Runts at 4-1 is making it look good today, with Zephonic now is relegated back to 2nd. Another break of 3. Here comes Epona looking for a 2nd gear, but they got some work to do as Zephonic is starting to move away again. Zephonic is now opening up by 5, maybe 6, as Runts has called it a day. Stagehand now is the next challenger it'll go, but it's Zephonic now by 2 as they cut the corner and head for home. 200 meters to go with Zephonic on the inside, Stagehand on the outside, and there they go. They lock him up. Mono is Swine. Now Stagehand takes the lead as Zephonic can just watch everything unfold as Stagehand is going to win this over Zephonic and Pop.
Nice win there by YSM Racing Club with Stagehand. Definitely a 12 furlong horse. Had enough to give a little push at the end of a 12 furlong race. That's a strong horse right there. All right, we're going to check out who won the other race that happened at the exact same time as that one. It was a maiden race. I didn't recognize any of the stable names in the race, but it's possible that somebody watches this later on and maybe they won and would like to hear their horse's name called. Actually, I think it takes a while before you see the results. Results in 1 minute and 35 seconds. Let's see what race is coming up next.
Wait, was there really that much of a break here? The hell?
Ooh, I see the Spanish Moss Maiden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 41 minutes. Anybody want to play Marble Snap? Anybody play Marble Snap? Because
I'll load it up, man. You can teach me. Teach me while we're here. We'll chit chat and maybe Chad has some topics to discuss. Now's the time.
Yeah. We're gonna hang out, play a little Marble Snap. We'll talk shop, whatever y'all want to talk about. If anybody wants to talk about anything in particular, I'd like to get a little bit more information and update on Mo about what's going on in the PFL community. So is this beta version 3 ending soon and then they are going live? And if they go live and when they go live, is there going to be a free version at all for people to play?
Well, so they extended it. I should go into Discord. I know they did talk about it more. They did extend it. I think they're still shooting for April 20th, so... let me see exactly what the time frame is here.
Oh, April 20th, because I thought this version 3 was only going to be 4 weeks long. That's still a long time.
That was the original plan, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that would have ended today.
Well, so what do they do between now and April 20th?
Well, they extended it.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. I think we need more data. There's definitely not enough data here.
But they're not going to do any breeding during this version, right? Or anything like that?
Nope. They basically locked the ages of the horses. I think all of our horses are in like peak prime right now. So they basically just, instead of waiting 4 seasons for your horse to peak, they just like tuned it so every horse is running at their peak right now, which I also don't really like, but I understand that it is a fair way to test.
I mean, it'd be cool if it was 4 weeks long, but for 2 months, that's kind of wild. Smartbot says, I want to talk about the potion drop. We know we are going to go, if they're all going to go to bots, what price point should we buy it in the secondary? How high can it go? I'll give you my opinion on it. We'll see what Mo thinks. All right, potions, man, 2,000. You might be able to get one on the drop, but my plan is to buy them as soon as possible when the market opens, and I'm thinking they're going to be around 150 or 200. If they get over 150, I'm going to be hesitant to buy them. If they're over 200, I'm not buying them because you got 60 days. You got not 60 days. You got 30 days. That's still a long time though. You got 30 days until you have to decide if you want to use them or not. And in that 30 days, there's going to be other Grail big drops that are going to cause those prices to come down. And people are going to burn them. Most people are not going to burn them. But the posters, if nobody burns them at first, the posters are going to be so scarce. There's only like 50 or 100 that those prices are going to be really high, and it's going to cause people to burn them. So they will start to go down in how many are available on the potions overall. I would try to buy them early, under 150. And then if not, wait, be patient, and whenever it dips, buy it again, maybe under 100 gems. I think maybe 100 might be our buy point. What do you think, Mo?
I mean, I almost feel like I definitely agree with what you always say. The community doesn't really seem to care about posters on VV.
True.
So I think that kind of hurts, because you talk about I think you talked about it yesterday on the live stream. Like there's other posters, especially Disney ones, that are scarce, and nobody really still doesn't care. So I think it's going to be more of a battle for, like I see everybody on Twitter, like, oh, the potion looks cool. I'm going to hold on to the potion. Like I want to see that in my VV verse. And I kind of get that play, probably, like I said, more than the poster. But here's the thing. I look at most posters and I'm like, wouldn't want it. As, an 80s kid, I actually kind of like the design of all of them. Maybe some more than others, but I actually kind of like just the graphic design that they use for it. So if I was going to get a poster, I guess I'd go for these. But long story short, I'm going to go for a potion. I'm probably not going to pay more than 60 to 75 for one if I can get away with it. I also own a mini. I got mini 260. What did I get? 262?
Nice.
Or
Nice.
363. One of those two. I have to look. But anyway. So I had the mini, so essentially if I did get it, I'd be able to, burn it if I wanted to. But if I do get one, I'm probably going to keep it, honestly. I don't think I'm going to burn it.
I'm going to try to stack them. I want to get multiples, but I mean, they're really cool at first. But you got 30 days, like I said, the novelty starts to wear off. And if those posters are super scarce and they're cheap, people are going to burn their potions, especially if they have multiples. But like Bruin88 and Smart Buy said, y'all are probably right. Judging by today's drop, which I didn't even think was that super special or anything, it's going to be really, really hard to get Wednesday's drop unless VB puts something into place. But I mean, what can they do? We're waiting for that Q style drops. Then we might actually not have to worry about bots as much. But I don't really see how the Q is going to stop them. They got KYC accounts. I don't see if the Q is really that big of a deterrent. But let's talk about Marvel Snap a little bit because we got 36 minutes before the next drop. I finally talked Mo into downloading Marvel Snap. He hasn't started playing yet, but I wanted to show him how the game works. And I was going to play if anybody in the chat wanted to play as well because I mentioned on the stream earlier today that I might play some Marvel Snap live. So, all right, Mo, it's basically a card game. Did you ever play Hearthstone by chance?
A little bit, but I mainly played Magic the Gathering for a long time.
That's what I played. I'm a big Magic the Gathering player. Not anymore, but I was at one point, a very sad point in my life. But beyond that, this game is also a card game, and you're going to have power, and you're going to have, which is kind of like mana. You're going to have energy, which is kind of like mana. So what's really smart that they did about this game is that every game lasts 6 turns. Now, there is one special time where it can last 7 turns, but usually every game lasts 6 turns. So on the first turn, you got 1 energy. On the second turn, you got 2 energy. On the third turn, you got 3 energy. So, of course, on the 6th turn, you get to play your biggest creature, your 6 energy, and there's other special abilities that might give you extra energy as you see when we go along and play a little bit. So I'm going to play a little bit with my push deck, and the whole point of this deck is that a lot of these cards get extra bonuses when they move. I'll show you. Like, watch. See, this one says when this card moves, it gets +5 power, but you can't move it unless you have a special ability on a different card. Like this card says once you play it next turn, both players can move cards to that location. So I had to play the vulture first and then the cloak, and then I can move the vulture to the cloak, and then it'll get the +5 power bonus. So it's just stuff like that. So to start off here, and also you got 3 different locations, right? So to win it, you got to win 2 out of the 3 locations. So each one of these locations are going to have a special ability, and that's what kind of the variable to the whole game. You never know what your special abilities are going to be. So I'm gonna
That was
play.
the interesting part to me. Let me cut you off, but
No.
that was one of the interesting things to me when I like the idea that there's like three separate battles going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And like you said, they each have different, changes every match. Like what's gonna roll. So I think that's pretty cool. As opposed to, all right, I'm playing Magic the Gathering. I got a Black Pestilence deck that runs the other guy dry, or I'm gonna use my graveyard. Right? Like you get the cards that have the synergy, and you win. If you don't, you lose. This, I feel like, if you get a cool bonus on a middle card that works with your deck, you can still kind of pull one out. So,
Yeah, yeah, it's all about what your locations. Some people build decks just for particular locations. This is Multiple Man. I don't know who he is in the Marvel world. I never heard of him, but he works really well for this deck because the last card I played pushes my next card over one. So when I play him, it's going to push him to over here, and he's going to be on both spaces. And then I'm going to play him for next turn, so that after this turn, I can push him again. And every time you push him, he multiplies.
you don't know who Multiple Man is?
Sounds kind of familiar. What is he,
He's
Spider-Man guy or
that,
X-Men?
that's gonna be who saves Vivi, bro. That's the next Grail coming out.
Bruh.
You didn't know that? Oh man,
You mint one, you
Crying.
get five. He's a multiple man.
imagine.
All
They'd
right,
have to announce it beforehand though, so it wouldn't be any fun.
true. All right, so I'm going to use that cloak thing that let me move and move my two multiple mans, and they will again multiply. And now for my next trick, I'm going to pull out this vulture guy. And he's got a cool deck over here. What this guy does, Carnage, is he destroys all his other cards. So he puts a bunch of cards in there. They get a bonus when they get destroyed. I have a deck like that too. I don't even know. Oh no, I didn't even pay attention. This one says after turn 4, destroy all cards controlled by the player losing here. I wasn't paying attention. I was losing there, and all my cards were destroyed. Guess what though? I'm still going to win. Alright, this is the Scarlet Witch, and she replaces the location with a new one. And then this is Craven. Everybody knows Craven, right? Every time you move something to his area, gains +2 power. That's going to come into effect next turn. So we only got 2 turns left. This is turn 5, and on turn 6 we play Heimdall, which is another one. Well, I don't know who he is in the Marvel world, but it's a card I use a lot.
Assemble.
There's Captain America. He gives all his buddies +1 power. So now at the end here, the 6th turn, it's all going to depend on who has 2 out of the 3 locations, and if there's a tie, then they add them all up, and whoever has the most power, or the most, whatever those things are, wins. Alright, so what's the move here? The move to make is, I put him right here, then these 2 guys move over here, pumps him up, yeah, and then these 3 move over there. Watch, this is going to work out perfectly. We'll see.
Yeah, I hate Craven.
You hate Craven?
Yeah, it just reminds me of a time when I was still full degenerate VV, like buying the 5-part series leading up to Craven, and now I look at that, I'm like, what the hell was I smoking, man?
What's up, Jeff? You need Falcon, Dagger, and Craven. Who's Falcon and Dagger? I don't know Falcon and Dagger. I do have Vision though. Vision works really good in this deck too. Yeah, all I knew about Craven was that he had that storyline that was 5 comics long with Spider-Man that everybody says is like a super good storyline that might be a movie someday.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like 5 comics, right? Didn't they do them like back to back to back to back on those?
Yeah,
it was just
they
like,
did. Yep.
I think I bought one every day. I lost money every single day.
Yeah, those did do too well. Everybody was like, this is one of the best stories in comics, but no. They did have some great covers though, especially the exclusive ultra rares on those. All right, we still got 30 minutes before the next race, so we're gonna be hanging out playing. Let me change my deck up. All right, so this is a deck. Of course, that one I was just talking about with Carnage, it's got like Wolverine, and whenever you kill Wolverine, he just gets bigger. Some people put Deadpool in there, which I wish I had Deadpool. I don't, and he just gets bigger. But that's one that everybody uses. I'm gonna use a deck that I kind of came up with myself. Kind of a tricky deck. I haven't seen anybody else using this one. And the whole key here is for Jubilee. There's a card in here named Jubilee. Of course, the girl with the fireworks. She costs 4, and she only has 1 power. But her special ability is that she pulls a random card out of your deck and puts it into play. So all my other cards are like 6 power or bigger cards. You know, they're all huge cards. And then I have Quicksilver, because Quicksilver's special ability is he's always in your hand on turn 1. And I have Domino because Domino's special ability is she's always in your hand on turn 2. So I don't have to worry about having 1 cost and 2 cost creatures. And I can load up my deck with stuff for Jubilee to pull out.
Yeah, it's smart. I'm gonna go grab my water real quick. I'll be right back.
Alright. If anybody in the chat wants to play or plays a little bit of Snap, we got like 30 minutes before the next race. So we're just hanging out playing. I'm trying to explain it to Mo a little bit. He just started playing. Alright, y'all, you see all these guys he's got? Electra, all these squirrels, the angel. Dude, I'm so scared. Actually, I'm gonna snap on this dude and just kill all his in one turn. I always put Killmonger in all my decks because he's the boss. Killmonger just destroys folks. Sorry, all your creatures about to die.
Enough said.
Except for Wolverine. Alright, now it's a little more even. Now I can use Jubilee. Oh no, turn 4, time's over. Oh, game ends on turn 4. Oh no. Oh no. Hope I pull something big. Here we go. I have Falcon. Oh, you mean the guy that moves? He gets 5 when he moves? Yeah, I'm in trouble. No, he's destroyed. Oh, but he comes back and stays. Ah, it's over with for me. Oh, and he pulled out a rock. That was the worst thing you could pull out of your deck. Okay, yeah, so Mo wasn't watching that one. Keep that one on the down low. Let's go to the next game. Got beat with a 4, 6, and a 2. I don't like that TVA ends the game after 4 turns. Was not expecting that. It's not good when Jubilee pulls out rock out of the deck. Not what she was looking for. We got quite a few races once we get to the second half of the stream around 8 o'clock. There's a bunch of races in a row. Alright, apparently this is giving me random stuff because I don't know what that card is. Named Crystal? Let me end my turn and look at it. On reveal, if this is at the middle location, shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 3 cards. Why would I want to do that? And it's only 4 for 4? Why would I do that? That's not a good deal.
Odds?
No, thank you. Alright, let's load this up. I need Jubilee. I need Jubilee to pop up. I like when Jubilee pulls this card out. The Infinite. That's my favorite. There she is.
Alright, I'm back.
What's up? Alright.
I didn't see it, but I heard it. And the only problem is I don't know exactly what you did because I have no idea.
I got my butt
What's
kicked
happening?
because one of these locations, their special ability was the game ends on turn 4 instead of turn 6, and I didn't even notice.
Oh.
Yeah, that hurt. Alright, when I get to play Jubilee this time, hopefully she'll pull a good card out this time. Don't pull out Sunspot. Oh, she's using Jubilee too. Maybe I'm not the only person that does this. And see, we got a 2, something with 2 power. I'm about to pull a monster out. Give me the Hulk or something. There he is. Hulk smash. Oh, we're good now. See, now you can snap on them. So you got these cubes, and that's what determines if you go up or down in levels. And every game is worth 1 cube until the very end of the game. Then it's worth 2. So you can always retreat down here. You got a retreat button so that you only lose 1 cube. But you can snap if you think you're gonna win and double everything. All right.
Oh, snap.
Y'all, that's what they say too. All right, we're on turn 5. I'm gonna use my.
I was
girl.
just saying in the game.
Yep. If the second person snaps, they say all snap.
Did it really?
Yeah, it's good too. Alright, I'm waiting on this. After you play a card here, fill this location with copies, so I need something big there. I'm definitely going to win that one. I think I'm good. I think I got this. I feel like I got this. What's with all these? Dang, you got a lot of tigers. Alright, so my move here, we're going to go with Spider-Woman. Yeah. Now the question is, am I going to win that middle spot? I know I got the spot on the right, the bar Sinister. I don't know about the Bifrost, and I know I did not get the hub. The question is, will I win the Bifrost? We're about to find out. I stopped playing Snap after I changed phones and lost my account because I was playing as a guest. Why would you play as a guest? I was pretty high level, but didn't want to restart. Yeah, I wouldn't want to either. I don't blame you on that. 8.
Yeah, that hurts.
I don't think that's enough. Oh, no, he did the Jubilee and brought another one out. He's up by 1. He's got me by 1 point over there. And I don't think there's nothing I can do about it. Got me. Rip. I got Spider Woman's for days. That's not gonna help me. Should have probably thought of something better to play there. Maybe my Killmonger. Oh well. But that's how the game works. So it's kind of like Hearthstone if you play that more than it is Magic the Gathering. But what's cool about it is it's got all the characters in here. Like this is another character that I don't even know who they are. In Marvel, Sarah. But you learn.
Not really.
Like the Sarah Angel is what I was thinking, like from Magic.
Oh, the Sarah Angel. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There it
It's the
is.
Sarah Angel and the Sengir vampires, man.
Oh,
Sengir
no.
vampires were my go-to.
You definitely know the OG stuff. That's from the OG. I guess I want to say like the beta, not beta. Not
Bro,
the
do you know
beta
when I started playing Magic the Gathering?
Yeah.
I started playing right at the end of Unlimited, and I had no clue what kind of cards we had in our possession at the time. Not a clue. And then I really got into it at the end of Revised. And Revised was like the last big OG set, because that was like the dual lands were like the major part of that.
Yep.
But man, the Unlimited, bro, the Unlimited had, the Mox Pearls, the Black... I never owned the Black Lotus. I've played with one, but I never owned one. But I mean, the Mox Jet, the Mox Pearls, I mean, all them cards, man, were just... My
That was
boy,
in
one of my
Unlimited?
boys had... That was Unlimited, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was Alpha, Beta, Unlimited. People were still using the black border, or the betas, or those were the alphas, right?
Betas or alpha. Betas. I think betas. It's a long
Or
time.
the black border, yeah. And then, so I know people that were playing with those at the card store at the time, but that was when Unlimited was out. So I remember like Unlimited booster decks. Remember the booster decks?
I think
the-
Revised might have been when I started, but I know I had a ton of the Revised.
Well, Revised
ones.
did them too. Revised had like the big thick booster decks where it came with like all the land, and then you got some really good cards in there too.
Yep.
Because they stopped doing those after a while. I think like Ice Age might have been the last one.
I think the last
Ice
time
Age
I
was a great
played
set,
was
too.
Time Shift. Was the last time I played.
Yeah, Time Shift. Yeah, Time Shift was cool. I still play all the time. I play on the MTGO, man. It's great.
Is that the online?
Well, actually, I played I don't think it's called MTGO. It's the new one that's on the Epic Store or whatever.
Oh no, I played
'Cause
one
they had the
long
original.
time ago, but I know it cost money, so I never got into it.
Yeah, that was the one I played too, and I got screwed on that because the cards lost value. But then MTG, was it Alliance? What the hell it's called? The main one now? That's the online version. I play the crap out of that too. It's fun. I enjoy it.
So how much does it cost to play?
So what happens is when new sets come out and new seasons, they'll send you like the starter decks, like with different like themed type decks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then from there you can play, and you'll win cards, win packs, and then from there you just try to pray you unlock get a good card or something.
But you can pay to win or whatever. You can buy packs.
Well, you can pay to buy packs, you can pay to join tournaments, and
Nice.
you can do like the like I like to do the sealed deck shit.
Yes, that's what I always like to do in real life.
Yeah, we could do it online. Like you'll just pay $20. They'll give you like 10 packs or whatever. You'll be able to use whatever land you want. They don't worry about that. And then, you'll open the pack, pick a card, pass it. They'll have like however many people are in the tournament, and you'll play that way. So you can do that too. It's fun.
That is fun. I don't want to get into it because then I'll get addicted to it.
Yeah. But there's no real money market, which is the problem for me.
What was that?
There's no real money market. Like the old MTGO that you're thinking of, the original,
Yeah.
you could sell your cards for real money.
Right.
You can go into like trade channels and whatever, but you can't do that on here, which is unfortunate.
So what's the chance of Wizard of the Coast doing a NFT?
Yep, I know. What are the chances? I know.
I don't know. Let's look it up. Wizards of the Coast. Have they even thought of it? I'm sure they've thought of it. Wizard of the Coast NFTs. Let's just see if they've even mentioned it before. Wizard of Knowz sends a takedown notice to organizers of NFTs. Let's see.
Which is a good sign, because that means they want to get involved themselves. They don't want any other competition, but also to protect their IP, I guess.
True. This is from over a year ago, but they're talking about how they were interrupting people using NFTs in their games. They dropped a cease and desist hammer on an NFT project called MTG DAO, which is seeking to create its own parallel MTG format using NFT based on real-world Magic cards. The question is, do they do it because they want to do it themselves. Let me read a little bit further and see if it gives us any type of indication. It says Wizards of the Coast naturally says the project is a clear violations of copyright, and also suggests that it might have an NFT-based Magic project of its own in the works. There it is.
Is that what it says?
It says it also, and okay, let me get the exact wording. Wizards of the Coast naturally says the project is a clear violation of its copyrights and trademarks, and also suggests that it might have an NFT-based Magic project of its own in the works. So they're saying
There you go.
Wizards of the Coast suggests, and this was over over a year ago. Y'all need some new devs. When's the AMA? What the heck? Come on, Wizards of the Coast. Sounds like they're thinking about doing it. But then the market crashed and they were like, never mind. There's the MTG DAO. Let's check it out. It's a Twitter account.
What's the other game? Gods Unchained? That's like kind of like a Magic the Gathering wannabe.
Have you played it at all?
I made an account. I made it. There's another one too. Is it Splinterlands, I think? I've made an account for a few of them. I don't know, man. Like I get on, they give you, some free access, and then you pay like $10 to unlock your account. Like you're gonna get free cool stuff, and I never got anything. Never got an airdrop or any good cards. Everything was pretty much trash that I already had.
Are we missing the beginning of a race here, or is this an old race? If so, I'm sorry. I don't think we are. We got like 18
No, it's
minutes.
just
All right,
this will
sorry,
be
I was on the
18
wrong
minutes.
page. My bad. The Spanish Moss Maiden will be up next. What's up, Smurf Dabs? We are doing some race calling. We had a long break in between races here, and we were looking up a little bit of information about Magic the Gathering. Apparently, Wizards of the Coast suggested they had an NFT project in the works, but that was a long time ago, and nothing ever happened with that. It'd be a whole lot cooler if they did. Mo,
It's started.
I was going to ask about your Palm drop this week. Did you go for the Death #1 comic on DC Palm?
No, I skipped it. I've been blowing through money, man. It's been rough.
Oh yeah, you were live
But
with me during that drop, I think.
Yeah. I mean, went for the got the mini. Gonna go for the potion. I got a whole bunch of other weird projects I'm involved in, unfortunately. So I think tomorrow, right? You're going for the Elmon X2, right?
Yeah, are you planning on going for it?
Oh yeah. I want that animated. I've been cat's out of the bag. I want the animated, man. It's one of my favorite paintings in the world, and I love the animated version. It'd be so cool to get, but not likely.
Man, everybody wants to animate it. I want the original. Am I wrong? Maybe I should go for the animated, or maybe it's a good thing that everybody wants to animate it because I have a better chance of getting the original. I think I'm going to live stream it because I'm scared to use multiple cues, although they make it kind of sound pretty clear that you can use multiple cues, and if I don't use multiple cues, I'm probably not going to get one. But I can't do it while I'm live streaming, and I'm afraid to do it because maybe they're watching closer than DC is. Do you think they even have better security than DC on that?
I think it really comes down to the order in which you log in, right? So if you join the website and it puts you in a queue and then you log in like we do on DC, I don't know how they could really prove that, you're botting like that. And I guess you could say IP address, but a MAC address. I mean, they could, I guess.
I mean, what if you're just on an incognito Chrome tab on every one? How would they know?
But even still, your MAC address is exposed, your IP is exposed. That stuff's not hidden.
True. Yeah, I'm too
Your
scared.
your history and stuff is hidden. It really depends on how they track it. I don't know how Qt really tracks the data, but I would imagine if DC wanted to fix it, and I hope to God they ever don't, just make you log in first to your DC account and then put you in the queue, and then you would only be able to log in once. So
Yeah. But Flo, what's up, Flo? Flo says you don't have to log in for the for tomorrow's drop either for the Elmon X. So
they could try to ping you based on IP, which you could fight, but if you fight it, you're still not going to get the NFT.
if they were going to do all that, why wouldn't DC Palm?
That's a good question.
Argument.
I don't really know. From what I understand, Qt's normally pretty abused, right? Normally.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's much people can do about it. So I kind of might not stream the drop. But then I've already talked about it on stream so many times. So if I get it, everybody will know I cheated. So I'm just going to stream it and just use one queue and use the old Prey Gate. We're using Prey Gate tomorrow. Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna one queue it. I'm not gonna risk it.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna one queue it, and if I get it, I get it. I'm not really hopeful, but it'd be cool to land. Was it 175?
170 pounds, I think, or 175 pounds for the animated, 150 pounds for the original. I think I'll go for the original, not even because it's cheaper, but just because everybody else wants the animated, and I like the original better. I think that's the one that they would want in a metaverse museum one day next to Mona Lisa. Dane Case in the chat says he wants to get a cow. Still has not gotten a cow. Let's see what those prices are looking like. Oh, see, they're up right now. Ooh, this one looks good too. This 543 one looks really good. But I think I would have to wait until they announce, because you know what's going to happen on DC, right? It's all set up already. They're going to announce payout again at some point, and when they announce payout, what's going to happen? A huge market dip. So, I mean, if you're trying to pick up something that's expensive, I don't think they're going to wait too long to bring payout back. And once they do, I expect a market dip. You think I'm crazy? What do you think, Mo?
No, I think you're spitting facts. I mean, we've seen it time and time again, different platforms, you know.
Exactly. SmartDap says, stream it, just don't show all the cues on the screen. I mean, you would see them down here. I mean, I guess I could have it, but no, I don't like to do shady stuff. I don't know, but I mean, I do shady stuff on the DC drop, but I didn't really think it was shady, and it doesn't seem like it's shady because it's not like I'm hiding it and nobody said anything about it to me. You would think they would at least say something in the Discord to like stop doing that.
That's exactly it. Yep. When people mention it and people, you know, because I know you have a lot of quote unquote fans in that Discord sometimes when it comes to that.
Right.
I would assume that one of the moderators, you know, would just be like, hey, by the way, yeah, you guys really shouldn't be doing that. We're gonna nail you.
Yeah.
You know, like they no warning, no nothing. Like, and I think they might have even one of them might even point blank answered it like, you know, we don't say to do it, but whatever, like, you know, do it at your own risk or some shit. So.
Flo says if it's a queue same as DC, I'll use multiple tabs. Ooh, scaring me. I don't know if I should or not. DK says I'll put a showcase uncommon up for $5 for Mo Knows if he wants to snipe it at 8. A showcase uncommon for $5. What's the floor price on those? Is that a sniper or are you just trying to get rid of stuff? That sounds about legit, the floor price. We'll check it out. Flo says, yeah, he's going to use multiples. I don't know if I want to or not. Because they were very stern about it when it came to their Medium article. Private queues on your tablet? Ooh. Floor is 15. Hey, that's a good snipe then. You going to snipe it, Mo, for $5?
I mean, I always snipe the uncommons. Absolutely, Dane.
Oh, it's an uncommon? Maybe I'll snipe it. Do I got any? Let me see if I got any money in my account. If so, I might snipe it. $10. That's a lot of money. I've never really sniped anything on this market before. It's going to be a showcase 22 uncommon at 8 o'clock in like 3 minutes. Let's see if we can't try. I know we got to go against Mo, and Mo's a pro. And Mo knows.
I don't have my setup right now, but.
Oh, they're actually up to 14 now. Yeah. All right. Oh, I see Big A on the floor. The homie. All right, we got 12 minutes before the next race. It's going to be the Spanish Moss Maiden, and then we'll have that Puget Handicap, which is only 4 horses in that race. I would bet on these, but none of them have any other bets on there. So the only thing I can do if I'm the only one betting is lose money. If you win the bet, if you get the correct horse, you don't win anything. You just get your money back. So I need some liquidity before I can make any bets, especially if I'm betting real money. I'm not even sure if I can. So this one does have some liquidity. We might make a bet here. Ooh, all these B-tier horses. That's tough. The Citrus Alliance Maiden. Let's check it out. We got 2 minutes before the snipe goes. Better keep my eye open for that.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to get there in time. I have my whole other setup going.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Is there a refresh button? Does that refresh? No. This will refresh. All right, I'm ready. We got 10 furlongs on soft track. See if all these horses are soft preference horses. They are. The money's on Lorber. We got Hog Heaven to Stables, Silver Shoe Stables. That name I can't say. Cheese Racing is usually good. Trust in Him Stables. Cheese Racing has the B- though, so I probably won't bet on that one. Get my clock ready for the snipe. Coming up in 40 seconds while I try to pick out which horse we're betting on. Stats are looking good on Monster Zero, but he's a B-. Don't love that. All the horses with the best stats are B-. Anna Marie. We going with Anna Marie or Monster Zero? Kind of like Monster Zero. Can I really bet a B- on this race? Are the stats going to make that big of a difference? I'm considering it before I make this snipe. Might have to go with Maynard or Anne Marie. I don't like the idea of betting on a B- in this race. Alright, it should be popping up any second. I'll click that reload and get ready to buy. If it pops up,
Yeah,
I'm grabbing it.
My PC is struggling with everything I got going on.
Oh, I don't see it on my first refresh. Let me try again. Oh, it's a slow refresh. All right, here it comes.
Yeah, I almost feel like they even slowed it down on purpose with their site. It's so bad.
Yeah, that's why they have the queues and they don't allow that many people on their site at the same time because they don't use very many servers for it.
Yeah, see, it just popped. I'm not gonna get that because it just froze up on me.
Ah, yeah, I'm
Wow.
too slow on this. I'm never able to snipe on the DC market. It
This
was
is the
there.
worst.
I
This is the
sent
worst it's
you.
ever been. Yeah.
Me or Mo, neither one of us got it. How would
I mean, I
anybody?
clicked on it, but the whole site just freaking locked up because I have so much shit going on my PC right now.
How would anybody have been quicker than us when we were the only ones that knew it was going to happen? Unless it was somebody in the chat, that's okay. They knew it was going to happen. But how did
Yeah.
somebody who was not in the chat know that was going to happen and beat us to it? Man. All right, let's go ahead and try to place our bet. I'm going to go with Anne Marie. I got to go with the class here.
I wouldn't have had it anyway, actually, because I never logged in. What an idiot.
Oh, no. Oh, I don't think I logged in either. I think mine might stay logged in. All right, well, let's go with...
Well, appreciate the try, Dane, but
yes,
yeah.
thank you for putting that up for us. I'll let you know if it was a chat snipe. Yeah, let us know. Oh, it has to be 79. See if we can place a bet or not. I got my
Yeah,
bet.
when I'm sniping, I normally don't have all this crap going on my PC at the same time.
See if it's going to take my bet or not. Let's try 80. 80 Derby on Anne Marie. That's who I'm betting on if it works. Yes, confirm my wager. Wagering not allowed. Wagering is currently unavailable in your location.
No.
No, I need a VPN. Let's see,
Rip.
especially if this horse ends up winning. Ooh, let's find out if this horse ends up winning. I'll put my
Yeah,
money
definitely
on
don't use
Derby.
WinScribe. WinScribe would be bad.
What's that?
Definitely don't use WinScribe as a VPN.
Oh, I don't know any VPNs. I never used one.
It's what I use to take my trips to Canada when I want to spin slots.
What's up, Dennis O'Connor's in the chat. Let's go. Happy race night. Yeah, we're getting ready to get into some races. We had a little bit of a delay in between races. Not a lot of races happening tonight, but I think a bunch go off after this one starts. Smurf Dabs got it. Let's go. Was it for anyone that
It's
ended up
just Smurf.
sniping? No, it's for whoever got it. So congratulations to Smurf Dabs. We're glad to hear somebody in the chat got it. And not finding out that somebody was fast enough to snipe it, even when we both knew it was going to drop and they still beat us to it, that would have been upsetting. So I'm glad that was not the case. Let's check out the horses that are in this Spanish Mott's maiden race coming up on a soft track, 10 furlongs. We got High Ren from Get Wrecked, Good Temper from Lady Luck Racing, Say Goodbye from 3 Cent Stable. I think that's 50 Cent's grandchild. We got Iron Curtain from King Moose, Harry Ice, from Cheese Racing, Tube Tester from Destables, Uniball, it happens, from Stable Income, Nakata from Big Brain Stables, and your boy Hobie from La Playa Farms. No bets on this race. Starts in about 6 minutes. Good luck if you're in it. Yeah, good snipe, Smurf Dabs. Thank you for Dane K for posting that for us to snipe. I was trying. I was there. My F5 takes a long time to refresh. Did you ever do any sniping at all on the DC market, Mo, like looking for the low token IDs?
I mean, I'll look, but it's see, I'm afraid that if I keep checking IDs and I lock up the sale for 5 minutes and search it, that's what I feel like they're gonna want to ban my account for, and I don't want to lose access to my DC account.
I know a lot of people lose access to their DC account. A lot of people have had that problem, so I can see why you'd be worried about it. I don't really do
Well, I
a
think
lot of.
personally, I think those people are the ones that are buying on 2 separate accounts with one queue. Those are the people I think getting tagged, and I agree with that. They shouldn't be able to do that.
I know for sure that several people have gotten tagged for that in particular because they're always like, "Oh, it was my wife's account. I'll try to sign
Yep.
on and buy with my wife," and that's why.
Or the same credit cards. It might be the same credit card used on 2
Exactly.
separate accounts. We'll trigger it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't mess with any of that stuff.
All right. So, did you give us an update? I guess you don't know about what's going on with version 3, except for that they're extending it until at least April 20th, and on April 20th, that's when the game is expected to go live.
No, I think they extended it like 7 to 10 days at a time. They said it right now. I'm trying to find the problem with their Discord now is they need a straight up news forum. Everything is like bunching together in community news, and it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, that would be kind of hard to follow
Like,
along. I keep my eye on their notifications whenever they make announcements and stuff. And I know there was like an announcement coming up about a big announcement. And I know that you were like kind of speculating that it might be like some type of broadcasting deal. Did they ever end up announcing what that was all about? I think it was a week or two ago when we were talking about it.
I don't think so. Last thing he talked about was something under NDA. I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's kind of hard to follow along these days. I'm looking through the Discord. I mean, there's more talk about MVP stuff and going to other Discords, playing poker. I mean, where the hell is the photo finish stuff, man? Like, this is what I'm talking about.
Well, now I wasn't in Twitter Space with them a few days ago. It was Photo Finish Live, and they were with this other project, and that project was putting out this Monopoly board that I think was actually licensed, and I was trying to find it so I could buy one because they were minting it and they weren't minted out yet, and it sounded really cool. But I don't know exactly what their partnership with Photo Finish was. But I did like the idea of their Monopoly board. Have you heard of that, or did they talk about that in the Discord at all?
That might have been what they had, like 30 spots open or something. They were giving away the DGen bucks or whatever they're called
Oh, nice.
for like the first 30 people that signed up.
I should have got into that, but I was listening to it in my car on my phone, so I couldn't like participate, unfortunately.
I mean, to be honest with you, man, I bought two of the MVP avatars just to help support, but I gotta focus everything on photo finish, man, and I hope everybody else is too, because the more projects and the more other stuff that is going on, it's a distraction. You know what I'm saying? And other people say it too. You know, but at the end of the day, we're in for a long haul here, man. This is not a short term thing. You know, we're not going to see fresh horses for. That's the thing too, right? If you advertise tomorrow, it actually hurts the game. If you advertise the week the game comes out, they hurt the game. They can't really advertise until like 3 months after the game is live, because you're gonna have thousands of people potentially coming in or more than that. What are they gonna do? What horse are they gonna buy? There's no babies yet, you know what I'm saying? Unless people are gonna sell their horse tickets, but the people that have been waiting this long, are they really gonna be selling the tickets? Only a little over 1,000 tickets were redeemed in the first place, you know. So it could be real interesting, man. I came up with an idea, and I think we talked about this privately. I'll talk about it here. I don't care. You know, it might get to the point where if you have 1,000 people like from your chat and other chats trying to play the game or get involved, they might have to do another auction of like horses that are like, you know, B to A rated and they have no ticket boost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's
They
kind of
can't.
what Zed Run did. What's up, Crypto God says, is this D
Yeah,
Race?
they're gonna have
never,
to.
Never played D Race. I've heard of D Race. I don't know exactly what it is. This is called Photo Finish Live. It's on the Solana blockchain, and it's designed by some of the creators who created some EA Sports games. So you'll tell when this race starts in about 2 minutes when you see the graphics how this is definitely a step ahead of a lot of the other NFT play to earn, I guess you could call games. Denke says Photo
Yeah.
Finish could explode at any minute. Such a good game. Exactly. Yeah. They just need a little bit of marketing, but like Mo's explaining, it might not be time for marketing yet. They do have the crown going on though now. Mo, how do you earn crown? Is it by owning those PFPs on Solana, and then somehow you can stake those to get the crown, which turns into Derby that you can use to race?
Yeah, so now staking is open. Good. I actually want to talk about that. Yeah, so staking is open. So if you have the photo finish PFPs that the horses were bred from originally, yeah, you can stake those, earn crown, and then eventually when the game goes live, we'll take that crown, stake it into a track, and you'll get paid Derby based on that, which you can then, you know, convert over to USDC or whatever you want to do, or bet it.
Yeah, let me pull up my Photo Finish Live uh, PFP. They're called Studley Studs, and the other ones are
Marvelous mares.
Marvelous Mares. I always forget those. And I got the MVP Society thing that would have let me mint, but I didn't know when the mint was. Okay, so that's what they look like, the Studley Studs, and you can buy and sell those on Magic Eden. And the price has been going up on those because of the ability now to stake those and earn crown, which earns you this Derby currency, which you can bet or use to race your horses. Is a bat cow a no-brainer? I mean, they're up a little bit higher than usual. Floor price usually sits around 450, and that's because of the closed ecosystem right now with no cash out. We were talking about it earlier. If you wait around until they announce cash out, everything's going to drop. But the question is, are they going to announce cash out a week from now or 3 months from now? So if they announce it 3 months from now, at that time, bat cows might be up to 800 or 1,000, especially if they drop something like Action Comics #1 and everybody buys them to get early access.
Well, that's the thing, right? As long as Detective Comics 27 Batman #1, and Action Comics #1. As long as those three comics are not released, a back is a no-brainer. Absolutely, without a doubt. Probably the first thing I'd spend money on
Not just early
if you
access, but
want
you
to.
also get the low token IDs. All right, guys, it's time for the
Yep.
Spanish Moss Maiden. Good luck if you're in the race. Here we go.
All right, horses are at the gate. It's post time. Almost forgot we were calling races tonight. And they're off here, and Uniball got out to the best of it here in the between horses, and comes Nakata on the outside, followed by Hobie in third. And back and forth, that's Harry Ice looking for position, followed by Say Goodbye in the Blue Silks, and Tube Tester rounds out your top six here in the leaderboard as they head out the chute and onto the main track, passing the wire for the first time. Everybody wave to your current leader. That's Nakata out of Big Brain Stables. Nakata is going to show the way here, but not too far off the lead comes Uniball, and right on cue now, Uniball wants to take lead of their own. Now it's Uniball who shows the way over Nakata with Harry Ice trailing not too far behind. Harry Ice, don't put that in my drink, but here we go around the turn. Say Goodbye now, and Good Temper start to advance, but they're all chasing Nakata, as Nakata and Uniball now are duking it out here at the top. Half mile and 50 change. It's Nakata with Uniball breathing down her throat. And comes Good Temper down on the rail with a ground saving trip. Another half break. That's Say Goodbye rather in between horses, jockeying for position with Harry Ice as Harry Ice starts to get better footing here and advances up in the third. And it's Good Temper. Good Temper starts to fade here. Might have taken a bad step as High Ren goes right on by. Now it's High Ren who starts to get going here, but it's got about 7 lengths to make up to catch Nakata. As Nakata's starting to skeet away here, Nakata's opening up by 2, 3/4 in 114. And here we go, round around the far turn. It's Nakata by 3. Harry Ice down at the rail. Uniball is looking for room here, but might have gotten bumped as High Ren goes right on by. Now it's High Ren with Harry Ice tracking Nakata, but as they hit the top of the stretch now and head for home, it's Nakata by 2, slopping home, 200 meters to go here in the rain. Nakata's trying to hold on, but Harry Ice comes off the rail to challenge. Say Goodbye down the center of the track, but Nakata's looking to hold strong here. It's going to be Nakata and Harry Ice to the wire. It's going to be Nakata winning this one over Harry Ice and Say Goodbye.
Shout out to the Big Brain Stables with Nakata gets the win, and Cheese Racing with Harry Ice takes second place. And we're talking about D-Race in the chat. Mo, have you ever played D-Race? I've heard of it, but I never played it.
I mean, I got really interested in D-Race, and actually D-Race, I believe, is what led me to Photo Finish. Because I was like, man, I can't do Zed Run anymore. I got to get the hell out of this. Not only is the game boring and uninteresting, the devs have no clue what the hell they're doing. And people just keep giving them money. So I was looking for other games to play. I found D-Race. I thought it was interesting. Didn't really care for the graphics. Kind of like a game that I would make with terrible 3D modeling. And then, like I said, I found Photo Finish with the realism, the graphics, and the community. And yeah, that's pretty much where we're at.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Dennis. Thank you.
Yeah, good call, Dennis. It was a great call by Mo. Has anyone put their comics from Palm on OpenSea? Oh, that's not a thing yet. No interoperability yet, but one day. Hashtag soon. But people have put their hero cards on OpenSea.
Don't hashtag soon that crap, because you know DC is going to do it years before VV, if VV ever does it. So at least DC is knowing that they got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll believe it when I see it. Charlie Papa says, this is more realistic than D-Race. A great project and an awesome community. Yeah, I haven't messed with D-Race yet. I want to see what their racing looks like. They have a crypto out. Do they have a crypto out on this game, Mo? Withdrawal? Yeah, there's withdrawal right there. And yeah, you'd have to pay through your wallet. So let's see, USDC. Probably crypto payout through USDC. Do you know for sure, Mo?
Hold on, I'm hanging out the window.
Oh, he's hanging out the window. Sorry. All right, these are
My
two
girl's
horses.
here, so I don't blaze in the house. But yeah. So I don't know if do they mean crypto pay out, or do they mean crypto out, like their own crypto, like, because they do have the Crown token, if that's what they mean.
Oh, I'm not sure. He's probably just learning about this, so he's probably wondering, like, if he makes $100 racing his horse, can he bring that out and put it in his wallet and cash it out?
Well, yeah, I mean, you could just transfer the USDC out the same way, no? I mean, I've never won any money to transfer out, so
I was
actually,
gonna say I never transferred
somebody.
out either, but they do have a withdrawal button. It seems to work. No problem, Crypto God. We're just hanging out. We haven't actually streamed this for a while. We used to do it every weekend, so feel free to ask any questions you have. There's probably other people in the chat who want to learn about it as well. So
You can hit me up on Twitter or join the Discord, man. Hit us up anytime. There's tons of people in the Discord that want to do nothing but talk great about photo finish. So hit
yeah,
them up.
invite links to the Photo Finish Discord are in the description. Also, invite link to my Discord. We have a Photo Finish live channel. We talk about it in the general chat sometimes too. I can't find the stylish studs on Magic Eden. I can find them for you. Pull it up
Okay,
real
what I'd
quick.
like to know is where the hell do all you people come from? What up?
What's
What
up,
the hell's
everybody?
going?
Did something
The
just
hell's
happen?
going on here? You
Algorithm
getting
just kicked
raided?
in.
You got raided by somebody for real? Yo,
What's up,
what is
Kurziti?
up?
Let's go. Hope your Saturday is going well. It's going all right. It'd be going a little bit better if my horses could win some races, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to run them tonight. All right, so I think if you type in Photo Finish Live, it pops up as the Photo Finish Live PFP collection. That's what it is on Magic Eden, and then it has both the stylish studs and the marvelous mares all on the same page. And I think the floor price is over $100 right now on these. And you can't really breed them anymore. Used to, this is how they created the tickets for the horses in the game, but now you can stake them. 6.4 Solana is the floor price. You can now stake them for the Derby, and the Derby is the currency that you use as entry fees. All right, we got the Puget Handicap. This is the race that I was trying to get into today, but for some reason it closed with only, with only 4 horses in it. Does anybody know why the race would close with only 4 horses? Any of the OGs in the chat? Kind of seems strange to me. We still had an hour, and I was trying to get into it. This one starts in
I
2
feel
minutes.
like
And
they changed the window. I think people were wanted more time to bet before the races to get more liquidity in the pool. And
oh,
I think they changed that window. I'm trying to go back to the Discord, and I hope they can kind of get that situated because I'd like a nice, a nice board to go to and see all the updates, just bang, 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 like release notes and patch notes.
appreciate you, Dan K. I've not been watching March Madness. I didn't even fill out a bracket this year, first time in a long time, and I'm actually not racing tonight. I wasn't able to get my horse into any races. I got
I'm
the
racing.
I got the currency for it, but I don't have any horses that are my. I'm sorry, we don't have any races that are the right preferences for my horses. And when you're racing for real money, you got to be a little picky about the races you put them in, especially with one of my low tier horses. I have a low tier horse at A minus, so I try to put her into handicap races because you can see on the handicaps the higher tier horses have to carry extra weight, which slows them down. So that's my whole plan right now is to run her in handicap races, the cheap ones, until she starts winning. What time you going, Mo?
Okay, so yeah, I'm running 837 and 855. I'm in the Aberdeen Maiden and the Loop Maiden.
Nice, nice. I didn't
The
know you were running
two cheap
tonight.
ones.
How have your horses been doing so far this beta version?
I haven't run them too much. Like I said, with the scheduling and just the way it's been working out, just haven't been able to run too much. But I've been hitting the board, catching some seconds and thirds and some fourths. But
Yeah,
you know,
after not hitting the board so many times, I gave up on racing. But I got some Derby in here now, so I'm going to try to put my horse back in there a few times. I'm just going to be super picky. I'll try her out at 5 furlongs and 6 furlongs and handicap races only. All right, the horses in this race, only 4 of them. You got an LDF Girl from Solonite Stables, Santana from Golden Stables, Plutarch from Big Brain Stables, and Hail Mary, an old Tupac song, from VT Hokey. That's going to be the 4 horses in this race. Only 6 furlongs, so a little bit of a sprint race here. And then after that, I think we're going to have a couple more races coming up as well. Once we get to these races, I think there's quite a few. Now, maybe not back to back, but there's plenty of them to keep Mo busy tonight. All right, guys, it's time for this race. Good luck if you're in it. Here we go.
yeah, not for nothing, but those couple weeks where it was like every 3 seconds, that was a little unsustainable for me personally. All right, horses are at the gate. Overcast day. We're running some horses. It's post time. And they're off. A LDF girl broke well from the inside next to Plutarch, and comes Santana carrying 2 pounds in third, followed by Hail Mary. Full of grace, about 4 to make up from the leader.
as a LDF girl shoots out to a quick lead here and opens up by 4. And back to break, that's the next runner. That's Big Stain runner in the blue silks, Plutarch and Santana. As these two are going to run side by side, as Hail Mary is content watching the field unfold here. And just like that, what'll happen there? LDF girl might have taken a bad step as Plutarch goes right on by and brings Santana with him. And not to be outdone, LDF girl wants to mess with the announcer and takes the lead back and actually opens up by 4 once again. Only on Photo Finish can you see races like this, folks, as it's LDF girl now into the final 200, and it's a rubber band match as LDF opens up by 5. And down the center of the track, it's Hail Mary from back to potentially the front, but not today. All they can do is watch as LDF girl is going to shake that moneymaker home over Plutarch and Hail Mary.
LDF girl from Solonot Stables gets the victory there by quite a bit, and it was a very close run there for second place. And apparently one of the horses were named Hail Mary, and I described it as a Tupac song. I guess Hail Mary, that's probably not the best way to describe. I guess it just stands for a lot of other things besides a Tupac song. I'm probably the only person who sees the term Hail Mary and says, oh yeah, the Tupac song. I'm not super religious. All right, this one starts in about 7 minutes. The next race, we got another maiden race coming up, y'all. Let's see who's in this one. Why you guys like stacking the uncommon? I don't know if Mo's the same way as me. But let's talk about the uncommon for 1 second.
I am. I know I am, yeah.
Let me put my take on it out there for you. So the uncommons on DC, and I can pull them up for those who don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about the DC comics that they drop as NFTs on the Palm platform, and they have 5 rarities. You got a common, you got an uncommon, you got a rare, an epic, and a legendary. And the commons, they all have their own grades. Do I have to log in really? Let me go to the marketplace to show you. They all have their own grades, and the commons are like the 8.0s, and the uncommons are like the 2.0s. And the reason is because they digitally enhance those uncommons to make them look all beat up and old. Let me show you some of these. Let me show you the Showcase 22. So that's your uncommon right there, and that's your common. You can see the common looks a lot better. It's like I said, an 8.0. Uncommon is like a 2.0. Then you got the 9.2s, the 9.4s, and then the legendaries are like your 9.8. What's interesting is that they made the 2.0s the uncommons. They didn't make the 2.0s the commons and the 8.0s the uncommons. They made the 2.0s the uncommons because the 2.0s take a lot more work to create. They digitally enhance, they add all those creases in there, they add all those tears, they got all these stains in here, and if you get into them and you start looking through the pages, they got little areas where it's all filled out and stuff. They had one of them where it was like some special prize that you had to fill out, and they didn't cut it out on one of these, only on the uncommon, and they had it filled out in handwriting in ink by a famous person. It was one of the artists or something, had like his address or whatever. So they have so much cool stuff that they put into those uncommons. It feels really artistic to me. It feels like it's more effort put into it, and the fact that they made them the uncommons and not the commons is what proves it to me in my opinion. What do you think, Mo?
I agree, 100%. And on top of that, I felt like early on, I felt that way from the bat. I was like, oh, this Superman uncommon looks so cool with the little, side ripped out of it, the wear and tear. But then when they said, they were scanned and this and that, I was like, maybe not so much. But then once they proved that, they're doing this, like, they're handcrafting these things. So I think there's so much more value in that. And I understand the common being the common because everyone's going to want the common to be the core basic comic and give the most people the option to get the one that's collectible in the real world.
True. Yeah. What's up? Simonos is in the chat. Says, or a jaw roll disc, Hail Mary by Eminem. I kind of remember that one a little bit. But Dennis O'Connor, now that's a good one. Madden 96. I definitely remember the Hail Mary play. You got to get from Joe Montana to Jerry Rice. That might have not been 96. That might be like 86 for me. I'm old. Superman number 75 is my favorite. Bought 2 of them. Let's go. I did buy a Showcase 22 Epic for 55. They went even lower, but now they're starting to come up to over 60 now. That's still not the only epic I have. I'm not logged in to see my collection, but I'm mostly collecting the uncommons like we were talking about. Yes, there's a lot of low-key Easter eggs in those. Not only that, there's an error on the Wonder Woman that a lot of people don't know about. The first uncommon that came out was the Superman number 1, and on the uncommon that's not on any other versions is a stamp of the date. I don't know, it was like March 1939, back whenever it actually came out. And then whenever they did the uncommon for the next comic, it was the Wonder Woman, and they try to do the same thing, but they use the wrong stamp. They use the Superman stamp, and it says 1939 on her comic, but that comic came out in like the 1950s. So that one actually has an error on it, and I don't know if people know about that. Simon Dose has had the same problem that other people are having for refreshing. Yeah, it's a soft band, Simon Dose, though. It goes away by itself, doesn't it, Mo?
Oh yeah, I can confirm. I get that quite a
Yeah.
bit. Sometimes I just close my browser. It's like a more of a cache cookie thing, and it just lets me back in.
Yeah, and if that doesn't work, then clear your cache. That should fix it. You guys think the epics will close the price gap to legendary? Show us the stamp. So dope. Does this man legit a comic savant? No, I don't know much about comics at all. I never collected comics or was into comics at all until I got into VV. I always thought comic collecting was kind of nerdy. Now there is a couple comics that I own. I think my brother actually owned them, or we shared them or whatever. One of them was, though, the first appearance of Lois Lane, which I always thought was cool. I don't know if it's worth any money. I don't know what the comic is anymore. It's still in my attic, I guarantee, somewhere. But I just remember that it was the first appearance of Lois Lane. All right, let's see. Yeah, the stamp I was talking about. I don't have the Superman, but we can go look it up to show you. But I do have the Wonder Woman, which is this one. Let's see, how much time do we got? Let me pull up my clock.
2 minutes, 10 seconds.
Oh, we better hurry. All right, yeah. So here it is. It's really hard to see. Okay, it says right there. It says
10K is a good point too. A 75 epic might catch the legendary. That might be the one.
Superman 70. Yeah, Superman. The epic might could catch the. I don't know. That legendary is like way up there. Oh, Superman 75. I was thinking Superman number 1. You're right. That is a good point. The Superman number 75 has the all black epic cover, and that is a really nice one. Here's what I was talking about right here. It says June 7th, I think, of 1939. And if you go to Superman number 1, that's actually the Superman number 1 date, and it's on that cover as well. All right, this starts in 1 minute and 25 seconds. I might have time to show you. If I can get it pulled up here. Superman number 1.
I don't know what Wonder Woman I had. Do I have the uncommon for that Wonder Woman? I didn't really care about that drop. I just kept whatever I got.
I was trying to get all the uncommons. I had the Bold and Brave. I bought it for like 30 something. Then it went all the way up to like 70 something. So I went ahead and took my profit, and I haven't bought back in yet, but I will. There's Superman number 1. There's the uncommon. And there it is, June 7th, 1939. See, that's not the date that Wonder Woman came out. That's the date Superman came out. But for some reason, they accidentally put it on the Wonder Woman cover. It's really hard to see. That's probably why they didn't notice, because they put it right there in their armpit. And it's really hard to see, but it says June 7th, 1939. All right, guys.
Oh yeah, I have the common. I have a common Wonder Woman. That's all right.
Get that uncommon. They're cheap, man. They're super cheap right now, too. Yeah. All right, guys, it's time for the next race. The Citrus Alliance Maiden. Maybe this one's going down in Florida since it's a citrus race. These are the one with all the B-tier horses. We were going to make a bet on it, but it wouldn't allow me to bet because of my state, Indiana. But Anne Marie is the horse I planned on betting on. Let's see if Anne Marie ends up winning it, because there are some betting in the wager pools, so you would actually win something if you bet on this. All right, good luck if you're in this race. Here we go.
All right. Welcome back to the track, Jack. It's post time here on Photo Finish Live. And they're off in the Citrus Alliance Maiden. And it's D-Mac who runs out to the lead along with Maynard down at the rail. And comes Anne-Marie in the blue silks, followed by Sweep on the outside. And comes Harry Knowz, and oh, D-Mac pulled a hammy. Hate to see it, but he's out of here, and the rest are going to keep on running as they head around the clubhouse turn in this 10-furlong left-turning affair on the turf. And Maynard is okay with a good injury as he takes advantage and runs to the lead, but now being challenged by Lorber as Lorber goes right on by as we pass the finish line for the first time. Everybody wave to Lorber, your current leader. Lorber now, who shows the way at almost even money. Track then second, that's Harry Knowz and Maynard with Sweep in the 3-path on the outside. Then it's Anne-Marie who runs along here in 5th. No hurry yet by Monster Zero either. They got about 8 lengths to make up from front to back, half mile and 50 and change. And it's Lorber. Lorber is going to continue to dominate here and hold sway in the rain. but now is being challenged here on the inside by Maynard. And on the break of 2, that's Anne-Marie who looks to get going here, but nothing yet from Harry Knowz and Sweep. Sweep has not showed their best today as they are losing traction here on the backstretch, 3/4 and 1:15. And we are trekking into the far turn now as Lorber is still showing the way here by 2.5 even over Maynard. Another break half, that's Anne-Marie in third, with Sweep now has found a gear here and starts to accelerate from the back and is in the 3 path. But Lorber is now challenged on the inside by Maynard. With Lorber and Maynard, these two are going to duke it out here as we hit the turn. And it's Lorber on the outside, Maynard on the inside. Anne-Marie starting to gain here down the center of the track, but running out of real estate as Lorber was going to poke a nose here. Final 100 meters, Lorber and Maynard. It's going to be Lorber, fan favorite here, bringing it home at even money over Maynard and Anne-Marie. 5-1-3, order of finish.
Shout out to Big Brain Stables once again gets the victory with Lorber, and then Trust in Him Stables takes second place. Good thing I didn't get my bet because my horse took third, the one I was planning on betting on. Unfortunately, though, she did not place. Fortunately, however, I didn't have to bet, so I didn't lose any money. But that's a good way to kind of gauge how good you are at betting at these, or which horses to bet on. Is not to actually bet money, just to pick the horse. Think about the horse you would have bet on and see how it does. See if you would have won. All right, we got the Aberdeen Maiden coming up next in about 6 minutes, y'all. Let's check it out and see which
I'm in this one.
What's up? You're in this one? Oh,
yes, sir. It's my pride and joy running for $1.
Your pride and joy. Oh, is it the Rainmaker? It is. Rainmaker's in this one. That's Mo's horse, Bigfoot Stables. You got Humongous Manager from Big Brain, Truth Spitter from Elite Racing. We got Red Rosie from Sarah. I can't say that name. Somebody give me a pronunciation. I need to ask Google. Spotlight Seeker from Black Type Stables. Do-Si Do from Hazy Hills Big Vic. We got Soraka from Finca El Oliva. I'm Yoda from Grass Stables. And the Pretty Monkey from Monkey Queen. Let's check out the leaderboard. See who's winning in beta version 3. Right now it's Soulmate Stables at the top of the leaderboard with absolute power. Horsepower, actually, in second place. And there's Golden Stables moving up. Last time we checked this, Golden Stables was not in the top 10. They were the one that won in beta version 2, and now they're moving up a little bit here in beta version 3. Let's go. Mo, did you work at the track? Have you ever worked at the track before, Mo? Have you ever thought about trying to get a job calling races at a track?
Not really. I mean, again, it's always something I did as a joke. But then when this whole thing started up, I was like, yeah, let me actually, work on it and see what I can do. But now I'm actually, I am in contact trying to see if I get something going, maybe like Belmont or Aqueduct or something.
You got a resume now. I mean, this is something you could send to them and be like, boom, there you go. I've got experience.
I mean, I will say this, I have a lot of work to do if I was going to call a real horse race because it's way, way different. But the chick that calls the races at parks during the week, I'm better than her. I'm sorry, I don't want to say it, but I'm calling her out. Whatever your name is, lady, I'm coming for your job.
I can tell every time Mo listens to her call a race, it's with judgmental ears. I can tell.
It is. I'm like, damn it, man. I could be doing this.
Simon Doe says they got the time change in UK in a half hour. Your time changes like in the middle of the day. Oh, that could lead to a lot of problems. What if you go into something that's like you pay for an hour, right in the 30 minutes before the hour changes, you get an hour and a half? I didn't know they did that over there in the UK. I didn't even know they had a different time change than us. See, I live in Indiana, so we have the spring forward, fall back, I think. And we just recently changed.
Spring forward,
yeah. Dane K says, not that different, Mo. You'd kill it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yes.
No, it's way, way different. You have to study the forms because I'm like right here. I'm only calling the top 6 horses that it shows us. Right, I never go 7 to 12. If you notice that, I can't because it's hard to tell who the hell's who, and we don't get much time to like study the race. But in real horse racing, you have the forms. You can like use color codes, and I watch tons of videos on how these professional callers do it, and they spend hours, man. Sometimes the whole night before, marking their sheet. And they gotta look at the jockeys on the track, look at the silk colors, and they mark this, and they gotta remember this, and they gotta do that for 10 races. It's definitely way, way different, man.
I wondered if they had to memorize the horses' names. I guess it would be almost impossible, but I feel like because a lot of them will sit there and call it where they have binoculars on, right?
Yeah, so a lot of them, sometimes they use monitors early on, then they use binoculars. They'll switch depending on the type of race or the track. Is
Gotcha.
that,
So they
you
probably
know,
know where the horses are by the time if they're halfway through the race. They already know which horse is in first, the name of the first 4 or 5 horses, so they can put up their binoculars and they'll have that. Man, that seems like a fun job, honestly. Oh, my
oh,
bad,
it'd be
Simon
great.
Ghost.
It'd be
Apparently, it's the
awesome.
middle of the night there, so y'all do it the same time we do. My bad. It's the middle of the day here, so in my world, it's the middle of the day everywhere. I don't worry about no time zones. What are time zones? That's fake news. Crypto God says Mo really is all about this life. I mean, he's good at it. He knows what he's doing. He's all about the NFT life, but always trying to get all the alpha from Mo because he's really good at flipping on the NFT market. He crushed it on Superman #1 drop, made a ton of money, and we're waiting for another big drop like that so I can follow Mo's lead and make some money as well. Was you sniping on the market that day on Superman #1? Because that's my big problem, as you saw earlier when we tried to snipe Dane K's comic. It's really hard to snipe on there.
Yeah, so I didn't get the drop on Superman #1, but I wound up sniping a common for like 175, and I flipped it for like 550. Then I wound up using that. I bought another common and an uncommon. I chickened out. I sold the uncommon way too early. Yeah, I sold it for like 650 or something like that. And then it came back down. I was afraid I wasn't going to get back in. I really wanted to hold one. So I bought one back for like 540. But then I sold my common back that I paid 125 for because I bought another one for like 100.
Dang,
Yeah,
nice.
I was just all day, man. Just bing bang boom. At the end of the day, yeah, I wound up with a few of them left.
See, I'm always scared to get on markets like that are brand new because Superman #1 was like their first drop besides the Bat Cows. And I don't know, I didn't know enough about it. I was too scared. It was the same thing happened when the Mona Lisa dropped. It was the first one. So again, I was too scared. I didn't get in on it and I missed out. So I need to start getting in on stuff early, even if I'm not sure about it, which uh, brings to mind that Amazon is going to be dropping NFTs soon. And that's one that I'm not going to sleep on. I'm going to make sure I go for those Amazon NFTs. You plan on going for those, Mo?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess probably everybody
Absolutely.
will. We're gonna have to come up with a good technique for that drop. We're gonna have to figure out what their drop mechanics are and come up with a gate for it, basically. Philly Shell says Mo knows. Mo does know. All right, speaking of Mo knows, it's
Here we
time
go.
for the Aberdeen Maiden 6 furlong race, starting in about 10 seconds. Good luck if you're in this race. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Horses are at the gate. It's post time. Appreciate everyone hanging out here for Night of the Races. Hope to be back next week. If the races fill up, we will be here. Hit that like button. It's race time. And they're off in the Aberdeen Maiden. And it's Pretty Monkey, who's pretty funky here early and shoots out to the lead in front of Humongous Manager. And comes Siracqua, then Truth Spitter down at the rail. In fifth, that's Dosido with Rainmaker, crowd favorite, fan favorite, maybe not, but announcer favorite for sure. It's Rainmaker now who scoots up in between horses into second. We're going to focus on Rainmaker the entire race because that's what we do here. No, I'm just kidding. It's Pretty Monkey who shows the way by 2 over Rainmaker. Then comes Dosido on the outside. Back and forth, that's Red Rosie and I'm Yoda who's looking for room here on the extreme. But Ciroc is in 6th, but Humongous Manager also trying to get going. But as they make their way into the far turn, it's Red Rosie and Dosido. I feel like I'm in kindergarten all over again. Down at the rail, it's Rainmaker. Spotlight Seeker also involved. As it's Dosido now, who opens up by 2. Red Rosie trying to catch. Spotlight Seeker down the rail. Truth Spitter and Rainmaker. Why do we waste money on these horses? I'll never know. But we're going to have fun. It's Dosido over Red Rosie here and Truth Spitter, I believe, down at the rail. In the Aberdeen Maiden, F my frickin' life.
Shout out to Hazy Hills, Big Vic with Dosey Do and Red Rosie takes second
Unbiased, by the
place.
way. Super
I
unbiased.
can tell that was completely unbiased, but man, your horse was looking good there until the last couple furlongs. I don't know, is that too long for him, or he just had a bad
No,
run?
you know it looks that way, right? But that horse, even in the last beta, only ran 10 plus.
Oh,
The
really?
stamina, yeah, it's got good stamina, great heart, all that stuff. But yeah, if I run short, it does that. It runs like a weird up to the front and it dies immediately. Whereas in the 10, 11, 12, it'll kind of hang mid-pack and then progress. So I prefer that style. But I want to get a race on stream, so that's all I had.
Yeah, I mean, he looked good at first. We got 2 races left, but they're both happening at the same time. Are they happening at the same time? I think they are happening both at 8:55. Yeah, so we'll only get to call one of those. It'll be either the Loop Maiden or the Frontier Maiden. That'll be the last race of our night. We got 15 minutes before that race begins, and we're gonna check out.
Personally, I'm in the Loop Maiden, but I don't know if anybody has one in the other race.
Oh, we'll
We can
definitely
watch
watch that then. There you go. Can you upgrade your horses and create a strategy for them? What would you say to that, Mo?
Well, absolutely. I mean, you can take a female, find a better male on the studding marketplace, or if you own a better male, you can just breed that with the female. If the stats match, you're more than likely to get a an upgraded horse, and basically take that one step at a time. So you can upgrade your horses that way. There's no like special saddle or special shoes that you can put on your horse. That'll never happen. I'll sell everything.
They talked about possibly having jockeys, but the thing is, we don't have a marketplace or a breeding stud stable to show you right now because this is version 3, and in version 3 there's not going to be any breeding at all. But the way to upgrade your horses really is to breed them. Even if you have a bad horse, you can breed it with a good horse, and you have a chance of getting a horse in between. You have a chance of getting a horse towards the top range. You have a chance of getting a horse towards the lower range, but you have a chance of getting what they call a unicorn every once in a while, where a horse is way above that top range, and you could really pump your stable value by that. But you can also snipe them off the market, and during version 2, that's how I pretty much got my whole stable built up. I was in second place in the Derby race in one of those races last version, just from sniping S-tier horses off the market for super cheap. And it was play money, it wasn't real money either. Sitka the Fave in the Loop Maiden, La Playa Farms. Looks like you got a challenger. Mo knows. Let's see who's in this one. The Loop Maiden, that's Mo's in this one. 9 horses, so it's full. You got Dig Deeper Watsona. That's Mo's horse. I remember that name.
She ran so good in V2, and V3 has just been trash. But I haven't caught her track preference yet, I don't think. And I'm running 6, and I think she likes most of my horses all run 8 to 11. So this is gonna be another weird race.
Odds aren't too bad. You got Sitka at 4.3, then you got 2 horses around 5.5 or 6, and then you and Fast Food are up here pretty close to the top horses. So you got a chance to win this one. Starts in 13 minutes. That's the Loop Maiden. And this Monday, me and Mo Knowz are going to be live at 6 p.m. For our first time with a new weekly roundtable stream that we're going to do. A live stream with me, him, and BE from the VV Drop channel. We're calling it Fudders because we're going to be talking about all the bad news going on in the NFT and crypto industry. And Mo, have you heard of any bad news going on recently?
Oh, I know we got some topics according to the Google Sheets. We got some things to talk about, some interesting tidbits. I don't know if we want to maybe a little spoiler here, spoiler there, but I think people might want to tune in. He's a good guy. We should get some good conversation going.
Philly Shell says, get me on the stream. Philly Shell, you got some fudding to do? You want to get on here and talk about Photo Finish Live or NFTs in general, cryptocurrency? We're all about getting people on here with new perspectives, especially somebody who's not like a hardcore VV fan, because honestly, that's all we get around here is the VV Moon Boys, which we're not exactly Moon Boys. Mo is the opposite of Moon Boy, but I'm kind of in between. I go back and forth. Any and everything. Let's go. Yeah, we're actually planning on doing a rotating guest for our Monday Fudders show at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but also, if you want to come on here just for Photo Finish Live, it'd be great to have an OG in the community who can give us a little bit of information. Because I know when I watch the other guys who do the Photo Finish Live streams, like on Twitch, they talk about a lot of stuff that I didn't even know was going on in this game, and I always get a lot of insight from it. So it's always definitely good to have people who know more about this than we do. I'm trying to get Mo to tell us more about it, but Mo don't know much either about what's going on. Every time he goes into their Discord server, everybody's fighting, and he stops paying attention. He's like, forget this crap.
I don't like to argue with people, man. Like, I'm here doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? And the game's gonna go where Ian and the guys want to take it. I have faith in it. I don't need to, just beat a dead horse. I don't know, it's a weird analogy to use in this game, I guess, but
That's
I don't
every
know.
NFT project, though.
But it is. But and honestly, I said it the other day because I was dealing with it wasn't Photo Finish, it was something else, but every time I turn around, it's just like I just get nothing but bitching and complaining. And I was like, you know what? The Fortnite came out with their Epic Games came out with their announcement how they're gonna start opening up like Unreal Engine, which I'm pretty good with. I was like, now I can actually do like real good looking stuff with 5 million players, having access to my stuff. I don't know if we talked about this. I Yeah, back bias is big, Philly, like you said, and I understand I'm 1% of what other people are. I don't feel like I should be 1% of the voice. I'm also not asking for a lot half the time. I'm just asking for a fair ride across the table. That's it. Um, but anyway, I was one of the first people to basically be handpicked from Epic Games when Fortnite blew up with creative. I put up a Reddit post and they got 2,000 upvotes overnight, and they were like, "Yo, we want to get this, involved. You're not a partnered streamer, you're not a big content creator, but you're gonna get a code." And I wound up making a lot of money. Let's just say that a lot of money off of people playing my map. Millions upon millions of views on YouTube. Wish I would have made those videos because my monetization would have been sick. But yeah, it was a big deal. So anyway, I'm trying to get back into that. And I was like, you know what? All the bullshit in the NFTs and crypto and in the markets, I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'll
I've
invest
heard you talking about this, and what I noticed today on Twitter was somebody saying, "Look, it's the first ever NFT on Fortnite." Of course, there were a bunch of responses like, "Oh, I did that 2 days ago. I did that yesterday." So, are people actually bringing NFTs into Fortnite now?
I mean, they're trying, but it's gonna get banned immediately because they already said no, no drug stuff, no gambling, no crypto, and none of that, no real monetary stuff. So if they are doing it, they're gonna get banned, they're gonna get popped. I'm not gonna go that route. However, here's the big deal: the implementation into Unreal Engine is a language called Verse, and Verse is used in gaming and like production cinematic stuff in gaming. It's used for like events in gaming, but it's also used heavily in Web3. So the thought process is Tim Sweeney, right, is his name? He's talked about it too, about allowing, NFTs and Web3 projects to exist on Epic Games. It's already been proven. Blankos is a crypto game or an NFT game. Not that good, but it's there. They allow it. STG Football is another one. You know what I mean? So they're kind of like laying the groundwork for everything. But if people are doing it now, Fortnite will ban you. Just so you know that they will ban you immediately.
Yeah, and Sony just got a patent that they put in for last year. It just got passed like a week or two ago,
Yep.
where it gives them the ability to make NFTs. It says NFTs that they can transfer in between games. So it's coming. It's definitely coming. Is that good or bad for a platform like Vivi? Is that good or bad for a platform like Photo Finish Live?
The best thing ever, dude. Like I said, we don't need mass adoption for like, hey, let's create a game for PlayStation 5, right? We're beyond that. What we need is a game that's on a console or a platform that's on a console that just says link wallet. That's all we need. You know what I'm saying? And the second that you can just click that button and link your Phantom wallet, inside of a console game, you could even argue that it's not really for NFTs at that point. It depends on how they implement it. So again, all it's going to be is like link a wallet button, and it can do the same for Vivi. Why not log into PlayStation and you go into your Sony verse, but Sony has a partnership, with Vivi, and you click the button and you link your wallet, and then bam, now you're talking about way more users getting involved too. Does it take away from the Vivi verse? Probably not, because it'll probably be an app, on the console, to be honest. So I don't know. I think it helps. The more people, the more big dogs that get involved, like Sony, Microsoft. Microsoft's already been building it too, so.
At least it takes the bad reputation of NFTs away a little bit. They'll probably call them digital collectibles instead or something. But the fact that people are going to understand that they're on the blockchain, then people won't be like scared to death of NFTs the way they are now, anyway.
Right, and I think the biggest, I don't know if a lot of people in the chat will even know about this, but in my mind, in my opinion, I've said it for the past year since I bought it. I recently sold out, but I'm going to buy back in. Dr. Disrespect and his Midnight Society project with Dead Drop, Crypto Stash, and a couple of these other guys are involved with it. That game alone could basically make or break NFT gaming or Web3 gaming for the next decade.
They say that
That
about
might sound like...
They say that about the Bored Apes Poop Shoot game too, though.
Nah, screw that. Dr. Disrespect has more reach in gaming. Bored Apes has reach in degenerates, okay? Dr. Disrespect has reach in gaming. We don't need any more degenerates. We need gamers. We need people to understand what video games are, how they work, how to make them. All this crap that these people are making for Illuvium, it's nothing more than copy and paste Unreal Engine bullshit. All right? I'm going to call it like I see it. And the difference is Dr. Disrespect has, again, millions upon millions of followers. His NFT gaming streams have like 40,000 people. His PFP that gives you access to his game, I bought in for 50. They're now up to like 1,300, went as high as like 17 floor price. So trust me, this has more reach than any poop shoot. Again, degenerates were buying those passes. Gamers were not. Okay, every video I saw was from some crypto influencer who has been shilling the same crap on YouTube and Twitter for the past year and a half now. You know, no real gamers were like, "Hey, I'm a gamer. Come check this out." Actually, no, there was one. What's his name? It was like one of the phase guys. But outside of that, like I said, there was no reach to gamers as far as I saw.
So is the Doctor Disrespect game called Dead Drop?
Yeah, so it's called Dead Drop. It's a first-person shooter
Looks like Call of Duty,
extraction.
yeah.
Well, it's more like Escape from Tarkov, where you have a loadout that you bring in, where you risk your loadout.
Oh.
So if you die, your weapons are gone.
Ew. So have you played it at all?
Well, I played the hell out of it. I mean, I sold out. I just sold mine for like what? I actually sold too early. I sold right as it exploded. I didn't even know they were going to explode.
So what do you buy for it? Characters or weapons?
So you're buying the character. It's like a variant.
Okay.
You're buying the character skin, which is like your mask, and like your Cortex, which is like your digital identity inside the world. They will be doing airdrops and stuff, which I think I'm going to miss out on at this point. Oh well. But you'll have like, custom skins for your in-game cars. I mean, they could turn this again into a whole, social platform. I hate saying metaverse because it's such a bullshit term. But they could just turn it into some sort of like social platform where you can come into Dead Drop. And if you want to play this type of game, you come in, you go to the tower. Now you're playing an extraction shooter. But maybe they get cars released, and now you want to start racing cars like Midnight. What was that game? Midnight Racer.
Yeah.
Midnight Racer, yeah. So now you're doing like a Midnight Racer game in this type of environment, but now you're down on the street instead of being up here on the building that you're watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many ways they can go with it. But my point is the reach that this guy has in gaming and in that world, I'm telling you, man, it's going to make Sony and Microsoft and the rest of these big companies, it's either going to make them be like, you know what, it's our time to get in, or they're going to be like, you know what, it's just not something that's going to happen.
So is that Dead Drop game on PC or is it on any consoles?
So it's being developed on PC because it's just easier to develop and push updates to PC than it is console with the way Sony and Microsoft does certification. So yeah, it's PC, but they are going to bring it to console, and you will have access to your Cortex and your variants. So again, kind of shows you they're going to have like a click link your MetaMask button inside of the console game, and then you'll have access to everything you own.
Yeah, if they could take an NFT game and put it on console, I think that's huge. That would be huge for the industry. Flo says 200 employees on ILV and only copy and paste. Oh, Illuvium, only copy and paste. You're talking about the VVverse is a copy and paste of Spatial. That's what people say. I don't know. What do you think, Mo? Are you?
It is. No, it is. And I've said that since day one. I think me and Dr. Strange had a long conversation on the phone about this a while back, about like the bat signal. Like the bat signal is lame on VV because it just illuminates, doesn't do anything, right? And the reason is because the way they do their 3D modeling, and me and you kind of went over this with your logo when I did it, and I went over it with Kryptoni recently trying to make his hat. Whereas you're limited, to how many polygons you can have, and you're also limited when you start illuminating light. You can't really create a way inside the VV app to illuminate that light onto another object. So it might shoot out the bat signal, but it's not going to reflect, onto the wall just because of how, 3D stuff works. But inside the VBverse, right, these things can now have lighting properties. They can have reflection properties, right? So the wall can now become what's called like a decal actor, and the illumination is like, it basically projects what's called a decal inside like Unreal Engine onto the wall, so it could be interacted with. People could walk in front of it and cast a shadow onto the decal, right? These are all things that most people probably have no idea what the hell I'm even talking about. But because I've done Unreal Engine work, and that's what you basically use to make something like Spatial, that's kind of how it's done, a little like behind the scenes. And that's the reason why the bat signal is so lame on VV. Not because they're lazy or anything like that. It's just not within the tech on the app right now.
But it'll look really cool on the VVverse at least.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, again, in theory, it should. Do they have the right people in place to really implement everything that we're talking about, and it should happen?
They do have that Chrysalis NFT. The Chrysalis one, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It's like a bust. That one has some kind of lighting property to it. If you turn it a certain way, it actually lights up whatever's next to it.
Right, you can have it on the 3D object itself. And then, like I said, but when you start talking about like casting like a bat signal
Right.
out into the air with particles because they become like light particles, you don't see light particles on like in the showroom.
Oh no, definitely not.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe like a light illumination, it could potentially like give it the look like it's just doing it, but it's not actually going to interact with it. Like it's like a bat signal in the sky has to have to interact with air particles, and then that's where like the light is formed. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not really something that's on the showroom, unfortunately. Because I wish it was. Oh, here we go. It's race time in the loop main.
At least in the VV-verse, make it look where it's shining and it looks like a real light. All right, guys, it's time for the last race of the night. Mo's in this one. Good luck if you're in it. It's the Loop Maiden. Here we go.
All right, welcome back, degenerates. Thanks again for hanging out. We're going to call the nightcap here, and we'll see you next week. 9-horse field, locked and loaded. And they're off. Clovelly Road runs out to lead along with Hairy Pants. Then comes Sitka in the green silks. Back and forth early on, that's Una Arrow. Followed by Fast Food down at the rail, and Mamba rounds out your top 6. And if you notice here in this very unbiased race call, Dig Deeper Watsana is nowhere to be found. I repeat, nowhere to be found. MIA, opening quarter in 23 and change. Back to the race. Clovelly Road continues the show here, half length over Una Arrow on the outside. Then comes Mamba, who's continued to ride the pace here in third, followed by Hairy Pants on the inside. And it's Sitka who's jostling in between horses, looking for room, with Juju horse not too far off the pace here, about 8 to make up from the leader. Half miles come and gone in a quick 46 as they shoot off the turn here and into the home stretch. And it's Clovelly Road who shows the way here by 3. Una Arrow down the center of the track with Sitka, and they all have their sights set on Clovelly Road. But the best road is Clovelly Road, and that's the road that's taken today, as this one is going to be easily hand-ridden home. Clovelly Road over Sitka, Una Arrow, and Dig Deeper Watsana will be up for sale later on tonight.
RIP to Dig Deeper Watsana. Shout out to Barbarian Stable. Gets the victory there by a whole lot, like 8 lengths, I want to say, with Clovelly Road there. All right, guys, we do these photo finish live streams usually on Fridays and Saturday nights from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll probably be back again next weekend if you guys want to hang out with us. I'm going to be racing my horse. Hopefully, she'll be able to race during the streams next weekend, and hopefully we'll have enough races to actually have the streams. Appreciate you, Mo. Great calling the races as always. It was a fun Saturday night races tonight. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot for doing the show, chat. Appreciate you guys that came to hang out. Don't forget, Monday night, we're going to do up the thing with BE. Stay tuned on Twitter and all that good stuff, and we'll see you then. Have a good night.
All right, everybody, have a great night. Have a great weekend. Mo, you need to practice that Marvel Snap so we can play against each other next week.
I was actually taking care of my my entry-level stuff while we were doing that big break earlier on, so.
I'll be playing Mo soon. All right, later, homies. Have a great day or
Peace.
night.